Hello, 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 and welcome to the Moonlight. I hope everyone is doing okay. And I just saw y'all, and we was over there at the Native Tribe House and had some technical difficulties, but it's okay. It is okay. We are here now. Where is my doggone it? I gotta find my live. Okay, now I got everything done. I was like, okay, they want to go live because I was just getting out the shower. I was like, okay, you know, I can do that. I took a nap and overslept, so I can do that. I can go live. But I had everything all set up. I came here, set up the computer. I'm just ready to go. And when I hit the music to go live, I said, well, damn, I didn't pick out anything to do. So I know I am behind in the Nesto calls and everything. But so we're gonna do one of those. But first, let me see who is here. We had Attitude and Tylenol. She wanted to come over here tonight. So she is here. Hey, Leo lady. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. Coffee is brewing. Said, I'm down, and she's here. Hey, that girl. Hey, let's talk about it all. Let me see. I got coffee is brewing. Reef and Muff's mom is here. We got Ross. Reef and Muff's. Who was that? Somebody made a comment. Oh, that was I think that might have been Salty Buzzard or Gororo said that maybe the whoever left the chat is the one who's stole native. Anyway, we got Rossi, Jackson Tabasco, Ray Della Lewis, Miss HLS, Vic to the Veil. We got Baba Lady, Soul Power, Southside Shy Town, Thirsty Rabbit, I Revives. All right, y'all. Let's see what we can get into since I didn't see what we can get into before I hit the button. Um, okay. Uh Phone calls from prison. Let's do that. Let's do that first. Let me see if I can while I am let's see what call I want to do. Um Man, I can't look at her triangle head with that visit. Do y'all want to do the visit that we saw, or do y'all want to do? Let's do no. Let's do this call because I yeah, we can do it. We can do it. We are going to do the call that dropped a few hours ago. Now, we did, excuse me, we did part one of the Shirley Strawberry and doing the strawberry letter, which was an old part. And then Native and I were supposed to do part two on Friday, last Friday, but we got sidetracked. So we are just going to catch up where we can. But right now we're going to do the call that just dropped. Hey, Mixtress Monica, how are you doing? So y'all, let's get into this call and see. I heard, did I hear this call? No, I did see the visit, but I didn't hear this call. So we're going to get into this call after I take it back to the beginning and then come back over there. Oh, so we've got three calls on here. All right. Okay. So let me share the screen so we can get into it. I didn't know we had three calls on here. Oh, goodness gracious, gracious. What is she going to be telling us now? Um, Victor Vale says Sonya did most of the incriminating talk. I'm telling y'all, I do not believe that she is the ops, but sometimes I do believe she is the ops because my goodness, some of the stuff that she says. All right, y'all, here we go. I'm gonna speed this up too a little bit.
The first call in this video is from September 11th, 2023, the same day Shirley Strawberry addressed the situation on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. The remaining calls are from the following day. You will hear Nesto and Sonya talk about Shirley, the phone calls, YouTube, his case, and more. Take a listen.
I'm gonna let you go ahead on sleep.
No, my phone kept ringing. No one would let me go to sleep. I think I got 20 minutes in.
But that must have been an exciting day today.
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't exciting. It just I just got called. So yeah, it's crazy. But how are you? How you feeling, handsome person?
Oh, thank you. I'm waiting on the game to come on, straight my mind, keep my mind going on. This is
I mean, like, how's he supposed to feel? Hey, Peekaboo and Black but Not Bitter, how you doing? Yeah, how's he supposed to feel? He's in jail. I hope he feels as lousy as I think he should feel.
storm in New York, so that might not happen. So the world coming, like coming to an end. Me, all this earthquake, all
Hmm.
this shit going on, people dying. Yeah,
People die every moment. People are born every
I'm
moment.
talking about for real though.
Hmm.
Yeah,
For real, for real.
He said he said people are dying for real. What was they pretend dying before? Hey, Leela, not Layla. Hey, Shirley C. Soul Power said Nesto sounds like an 85-year-old man. I mean, like what they really dying. I mean, what was they pretend dying? I don't know.
yeah, for real, for real, for real. I did talk to Junior.
Uh huh.
I talked to Junior, and he said they got a documentary on a nigga now.
Right. I haven't been.
Okay. I know he has said this multiple times on multiple occasions. Does anybody remember Dion saying they have a documentary on him? Because he keeps saying that, just like he keeps saying this the story is nationwide, it's been on nationwide news, and it hasn't. Has he been told that there is a documentary? I just want to know. Hey T baby. Reef and Muff's mom says lies, lies, lies. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. So Victor the Veil, you said Dion did say it? Well, no one's been able to tell me where I can find it. Um, wow. Hey, Justin's mom, how are you doing? You'll be in the bushes. Oh, I hope you feel better. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry to hear that, y'all. Healing vibes over there to Justin's mom. Hey, Go Roro.
On there to look to see what's the latest of the bullshit from today. I mean,
Man,
I looked at some stupid comments, but
yeah, that ain't nothing. That shit. I said, what? I said, man, they got a full documentary on you, man. Shit so clownful. I said, wow, yeah. That they folks were really making a joke out of that.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, they played that one girl played the tape today. With your son and with your brother.
What? You
She
see that
played
song?
that tape. Yeah, just look on her. I should be fine by Friday. Um, she she played the tape with you talking to your son and you talking to your brother, and then both of them talking to me, talking about they both knew about her, and if I was Shirley, I feel some type of way. Just stirring the pot still.
Oh,
I agree. Dion may not like her, but he did know about her. So I completely agree with this. Hey, Lisa Lulu. Hey, Bian. I totally agree with that. They knew.
yeah. Oh, okay. Well, how many views they get? 10?
Oh heck
10.
no, they're all
You
doing good
wish.
today still. They're all up like 37,000.
Oh, okay. That's
But
fine.
I feel like after this week, it's like so they did a Steve and Margie, and they put a picture of Margie in the bed with some man as the cover. Like it's really like low how they do this shit.
Hold on, hold on.
And
Are you serious?
I'm serious to death about
They
like
they
it's a
they
picture
they did that
they
today.
made.
First of all, did anybody see this? Because I didn't. I just want to know. I have to check on these things because I don't take her word for it. Um, the flu, Justin's mom. You know what? I've had the flu before, and let me tell you, I'd rather have pneumonia than the flu. That was the worst almost 2 weeks of my life. It really was. Hey, let's talk about it all. Said Lamont told him this lie while on the phone with Dion. Oh, okay. So that's when they talked about it. Reef and Muff's mom says she liked it then and loves it now. She sure does. Attitude and Tylenol said this was the beginning of him losing his mind from being stressed about YouTube.
Yes, they posted that today. They put her as a cover.
Did I say hey T baby? And I didn't apparently Pen Pal 50 is here and I didn't see her come in.
Talking about Marjorie still having an affair with such and such, and they got her under the sheet with the cover on her. I don't know if they just put her face on somebody's body, and then they got the dude laying behind her in the bed and got them.
See, listen, okay. Did anybody see this? I find this hard to believe because, I know sometimes YouTube people, manipulate things and put things on the thumbnails that I don't necessarily always agree with, but you can't make me believe they did this with Mark, put somebody else's head on a body, put her in a bed with a man because Steve Harvey got money, and he could sue. I just wouldn't do that. That's just taking a risk right there. So I don't believe that. BN says she's lying. B. Williams is here too. Hey, B. Williams.
Laid up in the bed like they was naked. Like that's some low shit. That's some low shit. Like these fuckers, like YouTube need to be sued and shut all of them reckless ass pages down.
They
They
put that
need
up
to.
today.
They put that up there today.
Wow.
They put that up there today. Let me go back to it and read it. It says that's who she truly is. More proof of Marjorie actually cheating on Steve Harvey revealed. And 8,000 people watched it, and it was 5 hours ago.
Wow.
The only thing I saw is I saw a picture of her, and I believe it's the bodyguard. I did see that. But they wasn't in the bed. They was kind of hugged up. But I mean, he's the bodyguard. They could have been posing for a picture. So yeah, y'all, y'all say she's lying. Victor Bell said, "I want to see her get a lawsuit lawyer to sue Google." Well, see, nobody has said anything that is untrue. Can she sue for being doxxed? She probably could, because she was. Um, there are some kind of things that are a little bit risky that content creators have taken. Yes, I'm guilty, but as far as you can't sue someone from reacting to what we hear you say. These are reactions. We are reacting. So you can't sue for that. Phone calls from prison got these calls via a FOIA, something that people are allowed to do. So you cannot sue for that. You can't.
What's it?
5 hours ago, after he just went on and said all of that stuff, they still at it.
They still at it.
Still at it. Like,
These folks is crazy out there, man. They're like kids.
Mm-hmm. Even though he addressed it, it still things pointing at the fact that she's cheating. What could y'all, unless you're in their world, how could you ever know their business? Because unless you see her out in public holding somebody's hand and kissing, you can't say she's cheating. Because even if you're out walking with somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean y'all fucking, So unless you got a picture of her in bed with a dude, what are you talking about? You can't assume somebody's straight fucking. You can't even assume a married couple is still fucking.
No, you can't. But you could say, it has just been confirmed that Marjorie Harvey is sleeping with another man, allegedly. You can do that.
Unless you are the person in the bed with that person, or they fucking online in front of people. You can't say somebody's actually having sex. You can't assume it. You can't think it. It's just you really shouldn't be speaking on it. Man. Which is crazy that these people speak on it.
But I don't understand why is it so important to other people? I don't understand that part.
Because that's the crooked, crazy, stupid world that we have evolved into from reality television. All of this stems from reality television. Think about it.
Wow.
And now everybody thinks it's okay to talk about people's lives because certain people went on there and gave fake versions of their lives. And
okay. I'm just saying this is trash. This is fake. Look at what we're doing. Look at all this stuff. Look at YouTube. Somebody needs to sue their asses. Listen to all of that stuff she's saying. How many times have we heard her say, including on this call just a few minutes ago, that she reads all the comments? If this is if there's something going on that I just won't stand for, I'm not going to participate in it. So I'm not going to be somewhere reading the comments and everything that goes on, because I'm not going to stand for it, and I'm not going to participate in it. You're participating in it, therefore you're just as guilty as what you're saying everyone else is. Hey, Aaliyah TV and allegedly in Harmon.
It just stemmed from that. Oh, so let's talk about everybody's life, and so it's just they feel like they privy to talk about people and say certain things that are far fetched with no type of like consideration of their
Okay,
family
so,
or
so, so
anything.
what is so bad about? I'm on the phone with my son, and we talking. What? That ain't making no sense to me. What is so bad about?
Well, I told you the twist of it is saying that because they're on the phone talking to, because it's me, you, and Dion talking. So they're
Okay, but
saying even the
we ain't
kids
talking
knew
about
about.
kids.
Listen, but you got to understand they're painting me as a mistress at the time. So they're saying even the kids and even the what's the name knew about the mistress. They're on the phone with her and
Oh,
Ernesto. And they're saying, they're doing all this behind her back. There's four people that were in on it, and poor Shirley knows nothing about it. But
That's crazy to me.
that's the spin they put on that one.
Wow.
I'm like, first of all, I'm just friends, so whatever y'all want to say.
so listen, we can say that because it's true. It happened. They were all Dion, her, Dion, Lamont, they were all on the phone. So that means that they knew about her. There is no untruth in that. That is the honest to goodness truth. They were on the phone. I think it's a shame. So here Lamont and Dion are going up, skinning and grinning in Shirley's face, and they know Nesto is carrying on talking. I don't even care. Let's take away the fact that he slept with her a couple of times. He's talking to her on the phone and having inappropriate conversations. So to me, that counts for something. And yes, we're going to talk about it. Come on. Sonya acts like she doesn't get on there and gossip. When she's talking and all that political stuff that she obviously knows nothing about, what is she doing? She's gossiping. Hey, Jet Black Straight and Mons, how are you doing?
Say young said, but again, like I said, that came off the whole prosecutor going in court thing, and he's got a girlfriend in Florida, and then they ran with it. That little seed he planted, everybody, that was when they put that shit on the line, and they ran with it. And now they want to find the dirt on the girlfriend. Just that. Listen, if they ever get a picture, that's a whole nother week or two of some bullshit. So they about to tap this out. They about to be dry on all of these stupid ass.
Guess what, Sonya? It's been a whole, what, 2, 3 years now, Sonya. So, no, it didn't just last 2 weeks. It's more like 2 years. Soul Power says, as if she wasn't the mistress. Girl, stop. Here's the thing, I don't know about anybody else out there, but I don't let just anybody see what's underneath my bra. And I definitely don't let them touch it. So unless they are, someone very, very special. So it's safe to assume, I think for those of us who have morals and decency about us, we assumed you were the girlfriend because y'all had, ooh, I thank you for letting me be the first one to test them out. That's what he said to you. Um, Nobody would be testing out anything of mine underneath my clothing unless they were a significant other. So that's why people with morals made the leap that you were the girlfriend in Florida.
Little phone calls because they're not even saying anything. All it is, hey, how you doing? Okay, all right, I'll call the lawyer. Bye. Like, okay, so what?
Girl, no, it's
You
not.
know, so they already played the one time that you had a comment. You know what I'm saying? So they already played that. So other than what else? What else you gonna play? Nothing. It's going to be boring. Y'all gonna be bored because we know we're on the phone with the prosecutor. So what are we talking about?
Wow.
So it's like whatever.
And, let's say I wore a diaper. I certainly wouldn't be letting someone who is just a friend change my diaper, because according to what he told Dre, he changed her diaper. And I certainly wouldn't have anybody who is just a friend. My intestines are already sore and chopped up. I'm not going to let them go all up in me, stretching them out, before I'm even healed if they're just a friend.
Yeah, this world is so boring. They don't have enough jobs out here. YouTube to come up.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to sue. They're gonna have to sue YouTube for reckless videos, whatever the shit is they doing, whatever spin they could get on it. If they sue YouTube, YouTube will shut them down. That's the best way to do it. Shut all of them down. So
Uh,
there's plenty of other channels out there that you can look at and watch to see other things. You don't have to watch those little 10, 12 little ratchet ass channels with them gossiping ass people.
No, you don't,
well,
Sonya.
That's a cute poster.
well, well, well. That's cool. I mean, that's all I think. Okay.
You silly. What can you say? You know,
I ain't shit I can say. Ain't shit I can say at all.
nothing you can say.
No.
No, nothing you can say. It is what it is
Okay. Okay.
until we get the day in court and
Yeah,
everything come out.
let's check that now. Let's check that now. Let's see if it's in progress today, Monday.
What?
You got,
You make me do
you got the
Hold
thing?
on. Huh? Do I have what?
Whatever you be using.
My laptop. You so
Yeah.
computer. You so computer. Don't know what you're doing. So I'm like, I was like, he don't know how.
And you know that's getting old too. Hey, happy to be happy. That's getting old. Oh, he doesn't know anything about computers. Well, you can't have it both ways because this man was going around telling women that he can grow their business by doing their Instagram page and how he can hook them up with all these followers. This was one of his running lines that he used in his con game. So Sonya, while you keep saying that oh no, he's computer literate, this old man doesn't know anything about computers, you really need to reevaluate that statement. Soul Power says get over it, Sonya. Go Roro says I need a turkey sandwich, chips, and a drink. This lady Sonya needs help. I know, it's a shame we got to get snacks and everything together just to sit up and listen to her. That girl said shut us down, but she is still lying. Right, she should stop lying. That would shut us down. Or shut up, that would shut us down. But no, she keeps talking. Hey, let's talk about it all says this makes her feel better to continue to lie to herself so she can deny her participation and rip up a marriage they thought they had. Both of them take no accountability. Sorry, she says, sorry, sap suckers. No, they don't take any accountability for any of this. And she is so busy trying to harp on the world. I'm not the girlfriend. I'm not the girlfriend. Well, guess what? Considering, you done slept with him a couple of times, once after being like out of the hospital, almost dying and going into the light, Carol Ann, considering all that happened, I would want people to call me the girlfriend because if you're not being called the girlfriend, the only other thing we have to call you is a hoe.
How to do anything on a computer, like at all. Like, so all that shit y'all talking about is retarded. That's why she want to put all that information on it, because she know all that evidence that's on her computer will prove that it wasn't true. Whatever's on there, if anything's on there, it wasn't when you had the computer. That's why they purposely omitted that shit. Oh wow, they put a fishing rod there.
What do you say?
I'm looking at this guy's van. He did a van. He took the front seat out. Okay, he didn't need it apparently because it's
Oh,
just him and his dog.
they heard that conversation too about everything else. The businesses trying to get some new business going. They talk about that. Nope.
Yeah, they did talk about me. I was talking to you about how my partner was getting on my nerves, and I was like, oh, I'm so over it. And using gave me the little pep speech, like, don't let that discourage you. That's a nice thing.
Can I tell you, Nesto, we don't give a flying hoot about the businesses. Yeah, we talk about them. We talk about how she's lying about them, but we don't give a flying fanny about her businesses or lack thereof. Yeah, we talk about them all right. Vic to the Veil says, was YouTube so bad when she was posting her calls and videos and lives? Yes. And was YouTube so bad when she was doing a tour, interviewing with anybody? Hey, let's talk about it all says she doesn't even know anything about what she's talking about. No, she doesn't. Superfly's here. Hey, Superfly. Um, that girl says Sonya was there. Shut shut the hello up. Hey, Mai Tai.
You know, you smart, you this, you that.
But that's it.
You know,
Them folks was eating off of that.
man, they eat off everything,
What?
everything.
Whoa.
They
Whoa. Who said he was smart? I, I want somebody to find it right now. Somebody go find me the video where the content creator said he was smart. Find it right now and I'll play it because I want to hear it. I want to know what content creator, she is a legend, said he was smart. I want to hear it.
They sit back and be like, okay, so how can we make that sound dirty? That's what they're doing. How can I make that sound dirty? Okay, so you see, he's grooming her and he's getting ready to, because Marjorie's not going to argue, but Festa's not going to want him no more. So he's got to get her ready so he can go and live with her and use her,
What?
I mean, that's they didn't say that, but I'm just saying, no. I'm just.
You know what? The word grooming is not in Sonya's vocabulary. So, in order for her to say that and use that specific word grooming, she had to have literally set up and listened to someone's commentary because that's not a word that is readily used in her vocabulary. So, she listened to it. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walker Shame says a horror is her title. She works under the table, sucking random dicks. She will never be a girlfriend. She survives by working under the table. You are trying to go to the moon already, aren't you, Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame?
Saying that's how they spend everything. They'll take something and then run that way with it and try, because remember, they want you to be the con artist, the pimp, the user, the manipulator. Like that's how they paint you. And then they paint her as either the victim or too stupid or just too naive or, what I'm saying? Like so desperate to be married, you just accept anything. They say all that about her.
Now that part, I don't know why she let them break her down like that. Now that part.
But she doesn't listen. She knows verbatim what content creators say, but she's not listening.
I didn't like it.
Well, allegedly, Harmon says under the table, tying shoes. Okay.
Boy, I didn't like that because you're not.
Well, none of it is nice and none of it is necessary. And what they need to do is play it and shut up and just let people say what they want to say. If you just play the tape and just let people comment the way they want to comment, that's one thing. But when you sit there and you narrate and you add shit to it and you try to, make people think a certain way, that lies the problem. Because you played it and then you sat there and made this whole speculation of that conversation, which was far fetched and nowhere near what the conversation was even about. But they know people just half-ass listening. They're listening to them more than they're listening to the conversation.
Right. It is true.
And they're not putting any thought into it or any type of, they're not putting any real type of energy to finding out if this is really true because they really don't care. It's just entertainment to them. That's all it is. It's just entertainment at somebody's life expense. That's all it is. It's just entertainment. Yeah. And if they didn't try to drag her, it would be no problem. But they've been trying to drag Steve for years. She's associated with Steve, so they got to drag her to drag him. You know what I'm saying? And you just happen to be, like I say, the villain.
The jump off.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this straight. He's the jump off. Okay. Though I'm not a fan of Steve Harvey, don't really like him. This man has several jobs. He works. He has a career. Shirley Strawberry. She works. She has a career. She may not have any shoes or a vehicle or a wedding ring right now, but she works and she has a career. So you're trying to say because of these two individuals, you're being dragged through the mud. You're getting dogged all out all over this internet because of Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey, two people who are productive members of society with jobs and lives. You who have gone around and stole from multiple women, money, vehicles, uh, even veterans. You've done all this, but you're the one being bought down by these two productive members of society? Okay. Okay. Hey, let's talk about it all. Says, yes, trying to dream some more stuff to lie about. You also on your lives was throwing a nasty Nesto under the bus about his lies. We can have as many opinions as we like. You shut the hell up. My Tai says he said this is true as if her as if he heard a live before. All he knows is what she tells him. And when his own son tries to tell him different, he doesn't want to believe him and he wants to call Sonya and dog her out. I Revives, thank you so much for the super sticker. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for being a member and being up here with me at night for all these foolish shenanigans goings on here on this call. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even when she clarified and said Steve did not introduce us, and she had to say that because they kept saying, "See what Steve did that. That's Steve's boy. Steve introduced him.
Yeah.
Steve." They
Yeah.
kept
Yeah.
saying that, trying to make it about Steve. That's why I kept trying to funnel him into it by saying that's Steve's boy. Now we can talk about Steve
Hold
Harvey.
on. Hold on. Hold on.
And Steve is a distant memory in this conversation. Now, we ain't nobody call Steve's name. Unless we want to talk about him being a buffoon, we don't even call that man's name.
And she said that they saw her the conversation. She said that them so-called friends how they abandoned her.
Mm-hmm.
I know she said they didn't want no conversation. I know she did. She said,
She said that was her. Oh, come on, when she was talking to you.
yeah, on the phone. Yeah, I know she said that.
But they don't put all of them, and they're not putting all of the phone calls up. There's too many, and they're only going to put the most juiciest that they can find, or that they can sit there and kind of narrate to make it sound like something. They're only going to put those up because, like I say, it's like 900 freaking phone calls. So they're not going to be able to put right. No one's trying to listen to that many phone calls, you know,
Yeah, we will.
at all. It's a crazy turn of events. That's all I can say. From the time you got arrested and everything that just transpired and spiraled out of control out of that,
Well, them
it's
folks
crazy.
down there, they got a hell of a book, boy. I hope they get the writing. She got a hell of a book. Yeah.
She could write a book, and listen, if she wrote a book, she'd get paid.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's like she would have to try to really think on what perspective, and she couldn't write it till after your court case is over
Right.
because she can't go in trying to bash you and they're like not guilty. She can't go and speak lightly and then they try to say, oh, he's still found guilty of this. You know what I'm saying? So she has to tread lightly so that she don't look. They already keep telling her that she's dumb. So
Guess what? She ain't got to tread lightly. She can write a book. She can write a book about how I was played. Because guess what? It's from her perspective. She could write about a book about how I was married to a man who turned out to be a bigamist. How I was married to a man who turned out to be someone who likes to look at CP, and I didn't know it. Um, a man who likes to go around and assault women. A man who loves to go around and steal people's money, and I didn't know. Boy, she can write a hell of a book right now. Now, hopefully, it ain't like that other one she wrote, because man, that was boring as hell. But if she wrote this one, see, we wouldn't know if it was boring as hell. We'd go out and buy it, and I know I would, and I'd sit right up here online and we'd read it right here on the YouTube.
even though she can say he didn't do this and I know him, oh, you really don't know because he had a fact that you didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for her to say anything. So that was good that she only said factual and not an opinion and not how he is, like none of that, because that whole thing would have been spent to say, oh, you didn't know he had a fact check, so you really didn't know him. You didn't know he had all that going on. You know what I'm saying? So she can't do anything till after all of this is over.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
I Revives, you're right. She is getting off on calling Shirley dumb. She's obsessed. And hey, Miss Buckeye. Hey, let's talk about it all says not us over there, maybe somebody else out there. Strumpet. There are quite a few content creators listening and talking about this. Sonya, you bald eagle. You know that because you've said it. Vic to the Veil says Sonya's happier than a pig in shit, telling him about all of this and becoming Shirley's media consultant. That girl said, I hope Shirley Strawberry does write a book as she does now. Pay this hen dust. Right.
that would have to be the direction on where she goes with it, because she can't go in the wrong direction or it ain't going to sell. So she has to go in the right direction. So she has to see how everything plays out and then publish the book or write it, because you really can't even write. Well, you can write it two different ways and publish that whatever direction you want to publish. It's crazy and it's very unnecessary and it's very unfair that they drag them and drag your situation like you're a victim, she's a victim. I'm just here for it, whatever.
What is he a victim of?
Like, fine, I don't care. It's long. Call me a mistress, call me the side piece, whatever. I don't care. I know what it is. So call me whatever it is you want to call me. You know, my life, the way I think, I don't hold no title when somebody has somebody. I don't hold no title. So stop calling me anything. I'm nothing.
You know
You know
what? I mean, use call me the side chick, call me the girlfriend. Guess what? I call you a whore with no title because guess what? He hasn't given you one.
what I'm saying? He's married. I'm just a friend. He's single, and I can be whatever it is. But I don't hold no title to somebody that has somebody. That don't even make sense. But of course, it's not going to sell. Mistress sales, side piece sales, and I'm sure they digging high and low for a picture. They digging high and low for a picture.
Bingo.
They probably calling, seeing who can go in there, and somebody that worked there, who can, like, we need a picture.
Yeah, he
We need
said
to
it.
see this.
The black folks at the food and county. He said it.
Mhm.
He said it.
Yep. Yep. I'm telling you because listen, as soon as he put that affidavit of Shirley Strawberry, that stupid shit out there, that's when everybody got privy to it because somebody looked at it and was like, that sounds familiar. That
He
sounds
did.
familiar. And they researched that name and plugged in somebody like, hey, it's a court case coming up on this day. And it's on Zoom. Make sure you get on there and record it. They
That's
did
what they
that
did.
shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, seventh ward tweet. Listen, do y'all okay? It seems to me like I knew about this case like before that Zoom court hearing because I listened to other content creators who are not even have never gotten into the phone calls or anything. And it seems like we knew about this like before then. I can remember like Plunder being one of the first ones, I think, to report on this, even before Chronicle Speaks, I think. I'm gonna have to go back and look at dates on these videos. And there's another one that I listened to. I don't even know where which sector she's from. I listen to her sometimes. I heard her mention it because I was like, Shirley Strawberries. And this was like way before phone calls got on here. This was like way before any of that. So seems to me, this has been we've known about this like before Creel Lewis even got up in court and said Shirley's. Matter of fact, I remember seeing like I think the first Zoom court hearing I saw was BC being there. So no, I think she's got it wrong. Southside Chi-Town says Sonya sent her own picture in. She wanted to be put there. You think so? Miss Buckeye said we all did. That girl said, Sonya, you can't call Shirley Strawberry dumb. You couldn't even capitalize off of your own YouTube channel. You was the most dragged off trash to the curb. Go Wait a minute, go back to sleep, hen. And that's another thing. How does she know? She don't know what went on in them court hearings. I said, bitch, the only, and back then was Sylvia. Yeah, her and Sylvia were allegedly not friends on this phone call. So I don't know how she might have known what was going on in the court case, but it wasn't because she got up and watched them.
Yeah.
Miss Buckeye said, I didn't even know Shirley Strawberry was married.
He should have never put her name on that affidavit if, in fact, she did that. It should have just been an affidavit in support. That's all it should have been. And they would have had to open it up to see what it was, which they don't. Them clerks don't open up stuff unless, again, if he was young thug, they probably all in his shit. But they didn't know you.
Wait, Victor the Veil said, Legacy, I have a theory. I think Krell dismissed Sonya and she's very vindictive. I agree with that. So she submitted that fake affidavit and kept trying to badmouth Krell. She also got mad when she saw Krell's girl. You know something? The thing about that affidavit is Shirley didn't know. This is what I can't make sense of. Shirley didn't know it. She was like, what affidavit? And I know some content creators came up with the theory that, well, maybe, um, the lawyer was having her sign papers and she went on ahead and signed that and didn't realize that that's what she signed. But I really don't think so. I don't know where that affidavit came from, but I do not believe Shirley signed it. I wholeheartedly do not believe that. And I have said that all this time. I don't believe it.
Your name. You know what I'm saying? Or they would have been looked into it.
Oh, yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining.
They drilling him. That's
They drilling who?
my lawyer. They drilling my lawyer.
Who?
He called you and said that?
No, they said that they drilling him. They drilling him on social. It's on the media too.
Oh.
Who?
Bashing him too.
He passed him on the day of the court date. Call me later tonight. They passed him because he's stuck in court. That was him. He made himself look like that.
Yeah.
They had offer because he did stuck in court. It is what it is. Show me what you asked. That money you asked for, you need to produce that service. You want 40? You need to produce $40,000 worth of service. You need to produce that because you're looking like like a court-appointed attorney right about now.
Right about now.
You're looking like a court-appointed attorney. You need to produce that service that you sat there and try to sell and talk so highly of yourself. And I can get this, and I can do that, and I'm that.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Shay is so the next morning. The next morning, go Roro. Thank you so much for the super sticker. She says, a self-made victim. That's bad. You are so right. Self-made is correct. And that is really bad. Hey, Queen Black. Queen Black said, I'm not sure if I said hi, everyone. How you doing? Brief and Muff's mom said this bitch. Right? So now we are getting into the next morning, okay? And let me tell you, this heifer is so busy, so busy trying to make herself look good. I don't know what she calls herself doing with Shirley. I don't know what she calls it. She wants to make Krell look bad. The only thing I ever said about Krell is when he stood up there and said he owned a barbecue joint and then, but he corrected himself once he figured it out. And hey, let's talk about it all. Says, yes, stupid Ponytail, it's everyone's fault but you and nasty Nesto. You two stupid dogs. You did nothing but exchange bodily fluids. Eel. Let me go up and see what Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame said. She said, at my tide, dislike this bitch also. The only thing she's good for is shitting and marking her territory. I bet every man or woman she fucked have shit stains. All right, Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. You've been asking for it, so here we go. I saw Jackson Tabasco's comment. Where is it? Jackson Tabasco said Krell was fumbling all the words. And Queen Black said Krell made several Freudian slips. He did. He did. But I just don't think we was dogging him out. I mean, we talked about the Freudian slips, but we didn't dog him out. Shelley C said he had a barbecue shop and he stole something. Mistress Monica said, Lord have mercy, Nesto Shackles. Y'all a mess. Let me see. Let's see.
Good morning. You up?
Let me speed this heifer up some more.
But I'm up. How are you?
I'm okay. I woke up another day. Yeah. You sleep well?
Oh, she did.
Huh?
I did. I actually did.
Good. That's good.
How was your night?
Oh, that's all right. Just I'll let listen to what was going on yesterday. That shit was going on.
Y'all let me know if it's too fast because I know how his speech can be, and sometimes it is very hard. So if it's too fast, I'll go back down one speed.
My head like a recording, recording over and over. So yeah, settle down for about 2 days. It'll settle down. Yeah, in my head.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's rehashing memories and rehashing things that make you sad and mad. Yeah.
It's reality.
Yeah, it is.
It's an unexpected reality.
So It is.
Did not see none of this coming.
Huh?
I said you did not see any of this coming. All this crap with these traces and, you know, your household and all of that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
So I'm still handling it, though. Still trying to handle it. Trying to.
You gotta be strong to live. That's the thing. You gotta be strong to live. Life is not easy.
No, it ain't easy at all. Then you tell me about Rich Frank in the house, and I'm saying she put all that work in, motherfucker just left like that. That shit just be pissing me off. How people they want to be around you, but when that shit got there and start crumbling, they don't want you to say it. I don't like shit like
What? Wait a minute. What is he? Reefy Muff's mom says she really turned on the moaning and trying to be seductive after the calls were released. Yes, she did. But what is he talking about? The house, and then when the people come and when the stuff what is he trying to say that people? Okay, that girl says those slips were so funny. We need to revisit that. I know, right? Maybe we will. Yes, we will have to revisit that. Maybe that sounds like a Friday thing. Reefa Muff's mom says I was confused about the work put in onto his ish. Yeah, I don't
it.
That happened to you too, so you know.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like shit like that. So when I go speaking on shit, people it's like it's foreign to them.
Okay, so I guess he's talking about people not having Shirley's back. And Sonya, I guess, is saying, well, that happened to him too, I guess. And this is what his analogies and stuff never make sense. Like when he says, sayings like instead of the shoe is on the other foot, he says when the shoe is on the other shoe. So maybe that's it. We just don't know. We don't understand the way he's saying it, but that's kind of what he's saying, I guess.
What the fuck I'm talking about?
Everybody thinks they move differently because you got to realize there is no one way. Everybody thinks they move differently.
Yeah. This is very, very true. I don't really think there's that much structure left no more. That's what I think. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna get you a nap on in. I know you're ready to keep closing my eyes a little bit more. I'll hit you up after a while.
I feel better.
Huh?
Try to feel better.
I'm all right. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. I ain't fronting. I'm all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm all right. Just gotta go and get my shit handled now. They got their shit handled, so I gotta get my shit handled.
How do you make yourself feel better when you're in jail? I've never been, so I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, nothing's final till it's final.
Huh?
Nothing's final till it's final.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, you still asleep.
I'm not asleep. I was just up.
What do you mean you don't know? You said it.
It's just a bad storm. It'll be all better.
Huh? What?
It will all be better.
Yeah, I know it. I believe that. I sure do. I believe. Yeah. I go in and out sometimes, so don't worry.
It's okay. You have nothing to distract you, so you will. You'll be in your head. You'll be in your head a lot. You have nothing in there to distract you.
Yeah, that's all.
It's just a reminder of what you're going through every minute of the day.
That's all it is. That's it. So it'll be all right. It'll be okay. So I got 2 court days coming up, so I know that for sure. That I know. So I got. Huh?
I need to hurry up.
Yeah, I know. I got. Dude.
You need to call your lawyer and have him come in there again because he hasn't done anything.
Yeah. I already did it. Okay. Yeah, I'm already on it. Yeah, I'm working hard. I got a whole 10-page letter for him. Yep. So I already sent to the address that he gave me. I sent a letter to that as well, so he can't say he didn't get it. So and then I'll give it to.
Wait. Victor DeVille, I know you would know. Did he write a 10-page letter? I do remember a letter, but I don't remember it being 10 pages. Does anybody remember a 10-page letter? Miss Buckeye said he always knows something for sure. He sure does. That girl said Sonya's trying to quote Shirley, a Shirley phrase, and failed miserably. How can you quote a phrase to someone and then when they ask you what it means, you say you don't know? Victor DeVille said he did write a letter to Dion and the lawyer, and a copy. Okay, he wrote a letter to Dion, the lawyer, and a copy for Sonya. I remember him. He read that letter at a visit because we looked at that. Jackson Tabasco said no, 300-page something. No, 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 that was the book. That was either the book or the movie script. Because I remember Native and I went round and round about this. So that 300 pages, it was either a book or a script. And hopefully, I really actually, if Native is in the bushes, I wish he would drop down and tell us about that because I can't quite remember. But I know it was either a book or a script. And Native was able to give the explanation as to how that was a lie. Reef and Muff's mom says probably on cornbread paper, making it 10 pages.
Tell me first. I'm already on it. Don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fast. I gotta get this other shit that I go to court for. The third say it'd be 90 days on the 26th. So they should have me back in for another bond here for that.
Okay.
So and the other one I just got the brand new one on the 10th. That'll be 90 days of October. So I know I got 2 court dates coming up.
I've never seen a system move so slow.
Huh?
Said I've never seen a system move so slow.
Well, they trying to move this shit fast now, though, because I got that hate on her, and the white man that tried to get his case moved to the federal court. They turned it down. So he ain't none of it. If we turn him down, everybody else turned down. So they back on schedule. His thing started on the 20th of October.
Right, amazing. He came in and got a court date. And we can't even get this shit going.
Ain't it going? Ain't that something?
They know, you know what, though? They got to put all of that, they got to put all of this evidence to the grand jury in order to get the indictment. And they know that they don't have anything, and it's very, like, I'm surprised the judge didn't pay attention enough to say, you have nothing. Why is it the charge? Why are we here? She could have dismissed this shit. That shit is crazy.
But they didn't, though. So we got to get past that. So here's
it's crazy.
They'll come back later. I'll trust it.
And then it's for her to sit there a year later and say,
well, this is interesting. They've gotten it through the grand jury. They've gotten you, Sonya. You've received a subpoena. Look at how far we have come. You've got a subpoena served to you at your boyfriend's court appearance. At that, let me see. It has turned into a 39 count RICO. All sorts of things just keep happening, Sonya, but they don't have any proof of anything. Attitude and Tylenol says they have nothing, but he got more charges. More charges on nothing, right? Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walker Shame says he wrote a letter. I'm not sure how many pages, but he called himself reading it to Sonya. Yeah, on a home visit. Wow, he wishes on a jail visit. Yep, because I remember playing that, and we did it in slow motion as well. He was mad because Dion didn't read it. Vic to the Bell says Sonia's a lawyer, according to Nesto. Shouldn't she know that the grand jury the grand jury nearly indicts everyone? Yes, because I hear they could do that with what is it? A ham? They can indict a ham sandwich. So anything is indictable, but she says they're not going to even be able to indict. And here we go. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walker Shame says at Native Tribe Urban Media, bruh, you're being paged. That's cute.
she hasn't even done any type of investigation work. Well, how are you going to take this to the grand jury who have not done shit?
But they did.
From a little girl.
Hey, that's why.
Did this heifer just say from a statement from some little girl? Did I hear that right? Wait a minute. I don't want to keep y'all here too long, but this heifer.
Why is it the charge? Why are we here? She could have dismissed this shit. That shit is crazy.
But they didn't, though. So we got to get past that. So here's
it's crazy.
They'll come back later. I'll trust it.
And then it's for her to sit there a year later and say she hasn't even done any type of investigation work. Well, how are you going to take this to the grand jury who have not done shit? But take a statement from a little girl.
Now, when she says a statement from a little girl, who is she referring to? Because, there's several assault victims. So who is she? Is she referring to his daughter? Who is she referring to? That's number one. Number two, the nerve, a statement. And DDA Winfrey, if that is who she's referring to, she didn't say that there wasn't an investigation done. That's not what was said. I don't even think, if she's speaking of Detective Fields, I don't think she said that, because they didn't, I think, as you know, like, they didn't find the CP until he was arrested. So that was in July 2022. So okay, we're enough time has passed by this call. But what is she talking about? What is this heifer talking about? Um oh, that just pissed me off. Raven Muff's mom says, "You did, and the bitch gets worse." Are you serious? That girl says, "You heard that bitch." Ray Della Lewis says, "So damn disrespectful." Bible lady said, "Legacy, she's not a heifer, she's a heifer." That girl said the 19-year-old she's hating on. I mean, like, how do you hate on a sexual assault victim? I don't. Let me woosah. I really got a woosah. Jackson Tabasco said probably the 19-year-old that she's jealous of. Yeah, yeah, I got a woosah, y'all, because it.
Hey, that's why I need that transcript.
You need to fucking phone call. That's what you need.
Yeah.
You need all of it. The tone of the conversation, all of that. And she trying to say she's scared.
But here's the
Your
thing.
father drug dealer out here. What are you scared about? You know, what are you scared about?
So let me get this straight. People who have daddies as drug dealers, they can't be scared of anything. Mm.
So nobody's hurt you. Nobody said anything. Nobody did anything to you. But they lied. They got to back a lie up with another lie. And I just really think a lot of that sounded like she was coerced because that detective was thirsty for a case. Because you got a prior, you're easy mark. You black, you got a prior. You are easy mark.
Well,
You mean to tell this detective was thirsty for a case? You mean to tell me that all of the 11,000 other claims of theft by deception wasn't enough, that to get a case, that this detective had to go out and find someone to lie about being sexually assaulted because she didn't have a case? Well, guess what, Sonya, have you seen that RICO indictment and how many people he stole from? How many financial institutions he stole from? How many vehicles he stole? How much money he stole? Have you seen that? But oh, wait a minute, prosecutors lie. So I guess that whole RICO document is a lie. And I guess them 277 pages that we will be going, Native and I will be going over, I guess that's a lie too. Because guess what? The stuff that we're reading in there, that's not stuff that a victim lied about. That's not stuff that random people off the street uh, called the police about. That stuff in your man's hand. Those are his text messages. That's what all that is.
here's the thing. All that
You
comes
love
up.
everything.
Yeah. Because the reason I say that, because man, look at China. Man, you know my history. When I say something to go down, it's going down.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Because I ain't gonna do too much talking. That shit.
I know you can't talk it all.
Yeah, that reality gonna kick right on in. If the reality kicks in every time,
Oh, yeah.
I always come back and say, "Man, I didn't know that. Man, I wish I." It's too late.
But that's fucked up. It's a dude that was in your cell with you for I don't know how long y'all were in that, jail together. He knew off rip that wasn't you. That don't even, he didn't do that shit. But your best friend talking about we gotta talk. Like he's goofy.
Man,
How you gotta look at a person's character. You can't look at what's being said. You gotta look at the character and how the person moves.
You got to look at what's being said, because guess what? If they are telling my friend that he can't be around children, this man has grandchildren. If they are telling my friend that he can't be around animals, I do want to talk and see, well, what the hell is going on? Where is that coming from? Where they get that from? And some nigga that he was in jail with 15 billion years ago says, "Oh, that don't sound like him. That's not his character." Well, damn, he was an inmate too. Now, I'm not saying he can't be reformed, because what is he making movies on? What? Uh, uh, Prime that ain't nobody watching. So okay, but hell, just because he said it don't mean nothing. Sometimes I think convicts stick together, so I'm not gonna take his word for it. But if his best friend saying, yo, when you get out of all this, we need to take a ride because I need to understand. I need to know what they're talking about, little girls and animals. That's reasonable. That is what a logical thinking person does. But this heifer right here, who is such of a pick me and stand by your man heifer, she can't see that. You got to go by character. And as I always say, these 80-year-old men who end up getting arrested because they had been molesting children in the neighborhood for years, and we don't find out till they're almost 100. They've been doing it. They just finally got caught. And you think that some of these men are good standing men of the community, ministers and everything, but they get caught eventually. You can't say, well, that's not his character. And 9 times out of 10, you always find out that there was who knew, somebody who knew or suspected something. So this heifer can miss me with all this character stuff.
Because people lie. Definitely the police lie a lot and prosecutors lie a lot. We know that. From everything that's happened before Rodney King, we know police lie. All of them times they murdered those people. Oh, I'm scared. You weren't scared. What you say you're scared, man? It's just, they do shit and then they lie to cover it. And that's a common practice with the police. So you got to question everything. You can't just take it for what's being said. You got to question the police. You got to question the prosecutor. And you question the person they're blaming. But in some cases, and more than half, you got them lying. Got them lying. One time they don't lie, first 48 because everything's being taken. You see that shit. Like, they can't go in there with bullshit. They got to do those cases on the open up. Other than that, they lie. They lie to get you in there. They lie to get a person to say certain things. But when he said you did it, you need to talk. We're going to believe the first person that talks. That don't even sound right. How does that even make sense? We're going to believe the first person that talks. Really? Like, all them tactics sound stupid. You believe the truth. Don't believe the first person to talk because we are told we have a right to remain silent for a reason. So if a person want to wait for an attorney, that's their right. It ain't about first person talk, first person, all that sounds done.
Everything will be just fine. It's going to work. Everything works itself out. I got enough here for, that's it. I already know what's going on. Yeah. So, can't take
Okay.
work on my shit. Got to work on my shit. You got to work on your shit. Get healthy. And everything going to work itself out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that for a fact. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You got to take the negative and make it positive. And that can't happen.
You got to take the lies and make it the truth. That's what that is.
That's what I'm talking about. Same thing to me.
You got to turn these lies. I'm just completely like, I'm not surprised because, again, I've seen it time and time dealing in criminal law. I've seen how they lie, I've seen how they harass, and how they just be thirsty for a case. And a black person, that's stuff to do it too. What's so crazy is when you got a white person that do a crime, they get such a different treatment. And they actually do the shit,
Let's for fun pretend she's an attorney. Let's for fun. You mean to tell me everyone who came before her was innocent? There was nobody guilty. They were all innocent. Is this what she's going to have us to believe? Everyone, when she was a practicing attorney, they were all innocent. But when the white people come, see, she needs to make up her mind. Does she want to be black or does she want to be white? She's pro-black when it suits her boyfriend, but other than that, she's white. She's pro-black when she can say all the white people are believed. They're always found not guilty. So am I incorrect? I thought that there were white people in jail as we speak. There are probably white people in Cobb County with him right now. But am I to believe that, they're all innocent? So, they never get convicted. They never get arrested and have to stay in jail until they can bond out. Is this what she's going to have me to believe? But like I said, she needs to decide whether she's going to be pro-black or white, because you can't see, if you're white, you only like white people, you don't like black people. We're all bitter black bitches because we are talking about this. What she needs to do, she needs to make up her mind. She needs to make up her mind. Either you hate us all black people, you hate all of us, or you don't. You can't use the black people rule when it suits you. Either be white and stay white, or be pro-black and be pro-black.
and it's like night and day. And when you put black people in power, the narrative never changes. It's still the same thing. You know, it's the same thing. So they use all of that as a front. Throw them black people in there to keep the bullshit going.
Yeah, look at that. We got Wade Wilson in jail, and he tries to think of a new angle every day. But you know what? At least his women are productive and creative. It ain't got him nowhere. Well, I should say his women and his men. It hasn't gotten him anywhere, but at least they got a little bit more sense than this heifer right here. Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone, you know, she was found guilty and rightfully so. I mean, we got her on tape. We got her on tape. Leaving him, sitting up, taunting him, saying she don't care that he can't breathe. And guess what? She went to jail. And she wrote multiple letters too. And she went to jail. There's Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, Richard Ramirez. I mean, I guess he don't count because he's a Ramirez, but let me see. John Wayne Gacy. Who was the guy? I don't know all the names, but we got the one that was killing the women and throwing them over in the Green River killer. I can name so many. B2, was it BK2? I can just name all kinds. Hey, champions. I can just go. Donna and Charlie, Elderson, yes. The Murdoch guy, Susan Smith, that one girl who's in jail, who just unalived her baby, Shauna Van Ark. Oh gosh, we could just go on. The Jamie Kromarowski, child. B2K, thank you. B2K. Yes, I can name white folks that are in jail.
Keep that fake trust going. And they don't pay attention to that. And they keep looking at a black face, voting it in. They keep trying to say, oh, Kamala's done a lot. Kamala's done a lot. Kamala has not done anything at all but show up to Africa and try to force people to be gay. And then she pop up and do a black here and there, and not.
What? She went to Africa and tried to force people to be gay? Is that what she said? I do know she went to Africa, but I wasn't aware that she tried to force people to be gay. Wow. Okay. Hey, let's talk about it all. Says, didn't he say he heard enough? And yet she keeps talking, never shuts up. She always contradicts herself. Big dummy. It's not working. Okay.
But election time, they're throwing her face out there a little bit more so they can get those black votes.
Damn.
That's all. She just a puppet face. That's all. That's all it is. She just politicians, scammers. That's all.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
How come all the black politicians are scammers, but the white ones aren't? Like Donald Trump, the biggest racist scammer of them all, who just got a second term. He's okay. He's down for the black people. But yet he still wants to talk about the exonerated Central Park young men who went to jail when they were boys, exonerated through not only just DNA, but a confession from the actual person. He is still talking about them and saying they're guilty. These innocent men, you want to talk about innocent black men going to jail? Those were some innocent black boys who became men in jail. Okay, who Donald Trump is still trashing to the point where they're suing him.
Yeah, well, that's it. Okay. Okay, let me
Did you
think
eat the
about
oatmeal?
No, ain't no oatmeal today. We had cereal day. So,
What's that for you today? Cornflakes?
yeah, that's what it is. Cornflakes and milk and sprinkle sugar and some, yeah.
And banana?
Girl, they give you blueberry cake. Put some blueberries in the cake and fluff it up for you. Give it to you.
Oh, that sounds special.
Like she really thinks they'll get whatever fruit fell off the truck. She really thinks that, first of all, I'm mad they getting cornflakes in prison or in jail. So he got some cornflakes and she really think they topped it off with a banana. Okay.
It ain't.
That sounds like a treat. Sounds like
That's the best. That's the closest thing you're gonna get to a cake outside of the free burger.
I just don't see how people come out fat in the county because that food is trash.
But when they come fat because they be on some dope, they want to never get no malnutrition, the real shit. They need to eat, but that'll be their normal body weight at their age anyway. You know that, right?
They come out fat because the food is a lot of it is soy based. Now I know Baba Lady can help me with this, but it's like a lot of soy and stuff like that in the food, so that's why a lot of them come out like that. Baba Lady said, I hope Sydney is listening to this call and Stripper Baby is listening in the background and whoop her ass again. Okay, me too.
People coming out fat.
That shit was eating their ass up out there. They come in here, they got done there. Your body starts going back who they really are.
Like, wait a minute, who's ever gotten fat off of dope? I'm.
So that's how that is. That's what you see. You're ripping and running trying to get that dope in their system. They want to eat. So they come in here, they just sleep and eat. That's kind of it. Yeah, I'm surprised brother ain't called and check on you. See what's going on.
I haven't heard from him.
Ain't that something?
You spoke with him though, right?
Yeah, I did. I talked to him the other day, last week. Yeah, last
That's
week.
right. He mainly wants to just talk to you. He only called me when he hasn't heard from you.
Yeah, I talked to him.
Okay. I said to Lucy last night. He called me.
Who?
His son.
Oh, he did? He called you? That's good.
He called me, so he's talking about he was listening to the recording. Like, this shit is crazy. I'm like, yeah. Man.
I thought Monty didn't listen. What do you mean? What's she talking about? That girl said trying to imitate Shirley with her questionnaire, but those are not the correct questions. Shirley Strawberry would ask him, sounding so dumb and stupid. Yes, what'd you eat for breakfast? Cornflakes. Oh, with a banana? Dummy. Bible lady said, wait, how am I supposed to know about getting Bible lady said, wait now. How am I supposed to know about getting fat on jail? I've never been. No, Bible lady. I was asking you because it's my understanding that the food is like predominantly like soy and like soy like protein and stuff like that, and it's my understanding that soy is this is what makes them gain weight and appear to be heavy is the soy that's in the food. Like soybean. That's what I was asking. Because I know you know a lot of nutritional stuff, Baba Lady. That's all. Victor the Veil said she's trying so hard to replace Shirley in his circle, but she forgot that she's broke.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
And it ain't, and they still going with it. It's crazy. They still going. They still posting. Still going. Not so much you, but mainly they putting, her boss on every, they just not letting, they still riding that fucking horse. That shit is crazy.
They still riding the horse?
They still riding that horse. Like, it's crazy. But I would say media, the Shade Room and Media Outtake, I think that's the one. Those two did a very responsible reporting. I would say that they were not messy with their reporting. They were very, very,
Okay, here again. I don't know. So, can somebody please tell me, did the Shade Room and Media Take Out report on this? Because I don't recall seeing it. But just because I did not see it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. So somebody please let me know.
Sure, they're, fair about it. They didn't come off petty and messy like YouTube people. So I I respect that, But everybody else is just like trash.
Okay.
Trash.
So he just can't believe the shit going on.
He listened to one of the conversations and he was like, I can hear you saying, talking and he's not getting what you're saying and then he just go out and say it. I'm like, I know. He was like, man, I was like, but it's not bad because we know the prosecutors on every phone call. It's just you didn't know that the whole world would be, privy to the conversation. That part is
talking about me. He's talking about me.
Yeah. He's talking about something he was saying. And I was like, yeah, but you know what? This too shall pass. That's all it could be. It could be, you know, a past situation.
So that conversation was not good then. That was not a good conversation
No,
then. That was not.
it was a little bit relaxed.
That must was not good. That must was not good conversation. See, you're doing it again and you don't even realize it. Okay, so now Baba Lady says soy carbs and all of that sugar from the junk in the commissary. See, yeah, that's what I mean. So that's why it has nothing to do with them using dope. Hey, let's talk about it all set, but can you do it, Sonya? You can't even do what Nesto tells you to do unless it's Monday. She can't remember anything when it comes to Trump. She overlooks all that he has been convicted of. Well, remember it happened in his 20s. For some reason, that jail sentence that he just served, all that other stuff, that doesn't count. And the fact that he's been arrested 3 times since he has been married, I guess none of that counts, or she doesn't know about it. Vic to the Veil said the good jails serve processed meat patties, and the jails like Fulton serve soy. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. Oh, yes. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walker Shame says we've got 139 viewers and only 74 likes. Please, to make our likes equal the viewers. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Please, and thank you. Vic to the Veil said media takeout is trash and so is the shade room. Okay, but did they air it? That's all I want to know. That is all I want to know. Champion says, I think Nesto thought that riding the horse meant doing heroin back in the 60s terminology. He probably did. He probably did. That was funny, Champion.
I would say. So, you know how you play a little. That was one of them type of conversations, just to get you. I'm sure it's a distraction conversation. That's all. But, it is what it is because it was a year ago. So, and they're talking about things like, and Steve stressed that. He stressed that it was a year ago. Everything's in a different place today. That was a whole year ago. But they were at that shit like it was yesterday.
All right, now I heard the strawberry. I heard all of the things. Steve did not say that. I did not hear Steve come out his mouth say something about it was a year ago. He didn't. He did not say that. He was too busy talking about some poor as in economically poor prison guard leaking the phone calls and some black blogger giving them a couple dollars and playing it. That's what Steve Harvey said. But he ain't said nothing about, this being a year. That did not happen. This heifer. But the thing that gets me is she played it for him. So why is he, or maybe it hasn't been played as per this conversation, but that is not what Steve Harvey said. I heard what the ignorant man said.
Right, like it was yesterday. You said this. Everybody's picking it apart and going something different.
Really, really bad for him.
Steve ain't spoke up for Shirley Strawberry or Nesto. He was too busy speaking about his wife, Marjorie. That's who he was speaking for. He ain't called Nesto's name.
Call you.
It was a lot. It was. I have to find it in this. No, you ain't gonna. I'm not gonna let you listen to it. Even your head enough. It's okay.
You do.
It's not that bad. I mean, only thing that could be bad is something that would sound incriminating at this point. And we don't talk about the case. I said, and we don't talk about the case like that, but it wasn't nothing on the case part. It was just personal flirtation. That's all I was saying.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So it was just a little, right, just a little hurtful to your relationship. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And so it was just hurtful to your relationship. Even though we know it's harmless type of talk, but, at the same time, no one wants to hear that type of conversation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but we do.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't viewed that yet. Damn.
Well, they don't know until they listen to it. So some people, like this one person was like, I'm getting off this one because they didn't like how the person had all some kind of music on in the background and they could barely hear it. And they didn't understand why she had all this damn music playing while they were trying to play the phone calls and they couldn't hear.
That's bullshit. What content creator was playing this and had music in the background? And someone got off listening to it because they didn't like the music. See, this is how you know she don't know shit about YouTube because you can't monetize a video if music is playing in the background. Oh my gosh. This heifer, she lies so much. And she want to talk about us bitter black bitches. Girl, not only are you bitter and black, but you dumb. You bitter, black, and dumb. Hey, let's talk about it all said. I don't think they did anyhow. You cannot. Bible lady said a little hurtful on your relationship. Bitch, he was in a whole marriage. That girl says Sonya is a big liar. He had to do all this for a married man and still don't claim her stupid ass. That's right. She don't have a title. This is my girlfriend. This is my he's never given her a title. So as far as I'm concerned, that makes her a whore. But ain't no content creator played this. First of all, why would you play the calls and play music? Because if you did that, you couldn't hear it anyway. I mean, we have a hard enough time comprehending what is being said in these phone calls as it is. You mean to tell me some content creator wanted to ruin their life by playing mood music in the background? No, no, idiot.
Here, she was like, I'm gonna just get on another site and listen to this. So it's like they just jumping from person to person.
Oh,
But
so you
like,
can
it's not even that. On that phone call, you couldn't really hear what was being said because the girl had music playing. The person, the tuber, and I don't know. The person had to be bored because it's not that even serious. Somebody even want to jump off one and go listen to it on another one. Because again, it wasn't. It was a flirty conversation, but that was it. It wasn't nothing like because we don't talk all that hardcore bullshit.
Like Reefa Muscle, make it make sense. Make it make sense that somebody was playing music and the phone call at the same. Because let me get up on here right now and turn some music on. Y'all be like, turn that off. We can't hear because y'all can't make out what he's saying. We can't be sitting up here playing music. And who wants to sit up and review this call and listen to this heifer? And not be able to monetize their video because they're playing music. Are you kidding me? Do you know I did a body cam, right? And monetized it, was going on about my business. I go to bed and I happen to look at it again before I go to sleep, and they had demonetized it, talking about there was some content in it that was I don't know, whatever. And I'm like, I didn't play any music. They kept taking me back to where it was. 27 whole seconds it was. I still couldn't hear. I didn't understand. So I just pushed the button. I said, take it out. Took it out, and they monetized the live. I don't even know what it was. But and it was only 27 seconds. So nobody is playing a jail call and putting music in the background. No, that is just not happening. I just the way she lies like that though, Reef and Mufflum, it just annoys me because it is so effortless. Baba Lady said, and she knows about the music and monetization because she started playing music in her background to keep the content creators from reviewing her calls. This heifer. Yeah, she did. She did. I remember she tried that. I remember she tried it. I also remember that when she first came on YouTube, she was playing music like during her own lives when she was, I guess, answering our questions, telling us off. I'm not sure what you want to call it, but somebody had to tell her, you can't play that music. So yeah, I know. I know. She just, oh my gosh. Natasha Razor Glam said Sonya has abused the privilege to be stupid. She has abused the privilege to be stupid. Oh my gosh. I need to go get a Tylenol. I cannot.
So what my phone sex?
Oh.
Wasn't like that shit. But people don't have nothing going on in their lives. It's like we're living in COVID 24. Yeah, everybody on lockdown.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or people just, yeah.
Who was on who was on lockdown when these calls was playing? There wasn't. I mean, lockdown was over. I think maybe when I went out, I was still they're wearing a mask, but that's because I got asthma. Who? This was, and this fool is too stupid to know that that's not even true.
Yes, I guess. But like I said, they're only 2 months in conversation, so
Oh.
it's a whole year. It's a whole year of conversation. that haven't been played. But at the same time, I feel like in the next week, because we don't talk about shit, anything new, everything, and we don't talk like that at all. So it's boring at this point. So they're not gonna play anything. I mean, it's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. They was just talking. They was talking about his case. They was just talking about she said, boring. That's boring. So juicy. They ain't gonna play it. Between them, the juicy to talk about. So
Well, then they got all the muscle they can get then, because they ain't no muscle. They done got all they can get. They done drowned the situation all the way down to the ground. So.
Yeah. Like when she said she was filing for divorce, it's like, can you say she don't? So that the whole point of dragging her was keep calling her dumb and she this and I feel so bad for her. She feels, you know what I'm saying? So you can't drag her no more because she's done. So what are you going to say? That, you know what I'm saying? That was already said before. You can't keep repeating that. You already said that she was this. You already said that, you already said that. She said she's done. She separated herself. She's getting a divorce. What all can you say now? You can't just keep, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep listening to the tapes and calling her dumb because, you know what I'm saying? She's done, so that would be stupid to keep repeating that. Like, okay, well, we already know she said she's over it and, she didn't know all of this, and now she does. You know what I'm saying? So the infidelity part, or so it seems, because they keep throwing that narrative out there. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We keep throwing that narrative out there. What narrative? How is that a narrative? He's married and he was messing with her. He slept with her a couple of times. Where's the narrative? And might I ask, since she want to bring up COVID, one of the times, y'all, I gotta catch my breath. I had to run and get my Tylenol and my BC. But anyway, one of the times that he slept with her was during COVID. That's probably why she's confused. Natasha Razor Glam says, we laugh at Nesto and Sonya failing in everyday life. That girl says she wants Nesto to speak on Shirley now. She does. Talk about digging for something. She's just digging for it.
They just gonna keep writing Stephen Marjorie. That was always the goal.
No, we not.
They kept trying to insert them.
No, we didn't.
They kept trying to insert them in the conversation, and it just didn't make sense. It didn't match up.
The fact that Marjorie might have been cheating on Steve, that was nowhere near as interested as this mess. Who cares? First of all, we know that Steve Harvey is a habitual cheater because guess what? Every new wife he got from cheating on his old wife with. So we already know how he gets down. So why would we talk about him? He's been doing this for years.
So
yeah, it is what it is.
It's crazy because you hear her talk about her relationship with her daughter, and they keep talking about she did a podcast. I'm like, y'all don't listen to shit. She just said that girl did not call her unless she want money, and then she keeps threatening her if she don't give her money, which is extorting her mother.
Who said that? I never heard that. I never heard a content creator say it. I never heard Shirley say that. Who said that she threatens her if she doesn't give her money? Never heard that. Bible lady says she wants Nesto to dog Shirley and uplift and validate her. Yes, she does. This is some in my native voice. This is some bullshit.
She talks bad about her. You hear what she's saying, and you can tell it's the truth when she's talking to you about her daughter.
They had that on there too.
I've heard Shirley talk about Sheridan on a call, but I've never heard Shirley say Sheridan talks bad about her. I did hear her one time say that she has kept the grandkids from her. I did hear that, but could you blame her? Because this was when all this first started. This man is accused of doing some terrible things to women and looking at pictures of children. Wouldn't you keep your kids away if you couldn't really quite gauge where your mother's head was at as it pertains to this man? I mean, come on.
Yeah, they had that on there, and then they keep talking about, oh, she apologized to you, but she apologized to her daughter. How she gonna take that man over? And you can hear a conversation that's plain and simple that says he didn't do anything to the daughter. She just don't like him. She just wanted her.
And we did hear the conversation where she flat out told him that she's not choosing him over her daughter. We heard that. She said that. Sonya ain't repeating any of those things. That girl says so she couldn't get him to speak on Shirley, so she starts in on Sheridan, who she knows he don't like. Okay, yes, Miss Buckeye, you are just like you. Can you believe this, Miss Buckeye? I mean, can you believe what you're hearing? Natasha Razor Glenn says Sheridan has way more sense than Shirley. Yes. And I also know, when two content creators who I'm not going to name went on a field trip and was all up in Shirley's space. And they probably knew Shirley was going to be there because she had a tracker on her car, allegedly. I do know when she was trying to interview the person who's in this shop and, all that stuff, and Shirley was there. I do know Sheridan came out and took control of the situation and told them this was our real life. Okay. So I don't know what this heifer's talking about. I really don't. A Bible lady says, mind you, all this is coming from a person who swears she don't listen to the bloggers. Right. Miss Buckeye said, I am over it with Sonya's lies and explanations. Just stupid. And she can't explain nothing. That's the thing. She can't explain the lies she tells. She can't explain anything, even the stuff she makes up. Hey, let's talk about it. All says you always trying to minimize what her and Nesto done and still doing and what he has done. Get real stupid. That's still not okay. Foolish ponytail. Keep messing with folks, men. Somebody gonna get you. Yes, because we see how it turns out a lot of times when you mess with other people's men. It just don't always turn out good. Now, you know, it just so happens that this time, she messed with a classy woman's man, but who knows what next time will bring.
Mother, you can tell in the conversation that she wants her mother's money. She wants to control the narrative. She wants it to be all about her. And if you don't do what I ask you to do, then, you can't.
What conversation? What conversation? We've heard Shirley say a few things. And even when Shirley was talking about Sheridan going down there to talk to the police, I think Nesto said something. And Shirley kind of corrected him, like, no, no, no. So I'm not even gonna say that. I'm mm-mm.
Can't see the kids because that's the kids are the bait.
Hold on. That was on the recording too?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
But it's crazy how people don't listen. They pick and choose, and then they just run with whatever narrative. Well, it's mainly too the people. The narrative that the host of the page is trying to.
Now she's sitting up there telling him what she heard on a recording that he had with his wife, and this fool, he's not even sitting saying, well, that's not. Now this is one time he should have said, well, that's a whole lot of AI going on because not all that happened. He ain't saying that. All he's saying is, oh, that was on there too. Like some runaway slave. Yes, massa. What? What, massa? I didn't hear it.
Push. So they keep trying to make everything negative on you.
Oh.
So if everything that's being said, they're trying. You have 1 minute remaining. Well, he is, what I'm saying. You could tell in the conversation that y'all have that she weren't the problem. It was a spoiled little girl that was the problem. And even though she's a grown woman, she was spoiled as a child, and it just turned into something worse, as she got older.
Let me tell you something. I don't have any children, but let's say I did. And let's say I had a job where I made $500,000 a year. First of all, I'd make sure my rent, my car, and all things were paid, first of all. And I'm assuming that, I would have a little bit of money left over because I happen to be a little bit frugal. I love a good bargain. You damn right I would take care of my daughter. Because if I had it like that, I would do it. Guess what? I would buy all my grandbabies school clothes and things. I would take them to Disney, to the White House, and anywhere else they want to go. Okay? Because I'm the grandma and I got the money and I can do it. Okay?
She sounds really entitled. I don't have to do this. You just pay me. It just sounds like that. So I'm trying to figure out when is there an apology necessary for a child that don't want to grow up and take care of herself. Don't want to own being grown and a mother. And that's crazy for them to say.
I know that was played out there. Damn.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
And she's her mama.
Right, Muffin 218. The spoiled little girl was the problem. Okay, all right. Shirley C said, "Who said what Sonya said about Sheridan?" I don't remember hearing. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. And this fool is the one who had the conversation with Shirley. Why didn't, because she's saying this is a call that took place between the two of them. Why doesn't he say, there's a whole lot of AI going on, because we didn't say that. Shirley didn't say that. He's not saying that. All he's saying, oh, they put that out there too. Like he's playing dumb. He's playing dumber into her dumb. He's just letting that go, and that never happened. There was no content creator who said, oh, well, she's just spoiled, she's this, she's that. No, not at all. Not at all. And a lot of people gave Shirley a hard time in the beginning because of Sheridan, but like I said, you know I'll make allowances for that, because she was stuck between believing her husband and then her daughter. I mean, would I have done that? No, but that's where she was stuck at. And I'm not going to judge her on that. But like I said, if I had the money and the means to pay my child's rent and to take my grandbabies wherever it was they wanted to go, I would do it. There ain't nothing spoiled about it. If I could do it, I'm going to do it. And it ain't his business. Him, who, by the way, had no income. Now, we knew this because he had no business, and his only means of income was stealing from the women that he was stealing from. But we also know this because Officer Phil said he had no bank account with no money in it. He had no job with no money coming in. Officer Phil's told us he had nothing. And we do remember that computer that he loves to try to put on everyone but himself. He said he had to get money from Shirley because he didn't have money on, as Native would say, his green dot card. So he couldn't even buy his own computer.
Yeah, Mama said it.
Right. Yeah, she didn't say it vindictively. She said it from the heart, like she was hurt about it, But and to have one child and you only try to be that, turn out to be that person, you don't even have.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Damn, that shit. That damn.
Right.
I forgot all
And it's
about
what's so so when she's talking about she lost everything and she's struggling, and that I see it because you're taking care of two households, but they're trying to make the narrative as if you're the reason why she don't, she broke. And I'm sitting here like, no, that's not the reason.
Now, I'm going to be fair. Shirley did struggle to pay bills. But what I can say is that before she married him, she actually owned a house. She had another house. I mean, she wasn't living as bad as she's been living since she's been married to him, losing 5 houses. Yes, we're going to put that on him because he is a man. Ain't they supposed to be the head of the household per the Bible? You know, um, if a man don't work, he don't eat, some stuff like that, and all that stuff in the Bible. So technically, since Shirley is a Christian and he's allegedly a Christian, he should have been providing for. So there's no way that there should have been 5 evictions with these two being married, because he should have been taking care of his wife. So yes, Sonya, yeah, we are putting it on him, because why wasn't he taking? And he was such a successful businessman. This man should have patented time and everything, because he came up with a 24-hour barbershop concept. Okay. So yeah, we're putting it on him. That girl says, so Cy jealous of Shirley and Sheridan. What a loser whore. Hey, let's talk about it all says, you're such a manipulating whore. Sometimes I be feeling like fighting Sonya. Don't speak on Shirley Strawberry. You got a nerve. I just want to smack you, child. Allegedly, the ham sandwich out of you. Shelley C says he wants the negative out there about Sheridan regardless. Her mother did not say that. Never happened. Muffin 218 says she was quick to throw in 2 households. She said that real fast and moved on. And guess what? Shirley made enough money to take care of 2 households. She did. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Hey, let's talk about it all says, you think you have to speak on things you have no right, and you helped create it. Muffin 218 said they seem to forget that it's Shirley's money and she can do with it whatever she wants. That's right.
That ain't the reason. All right, that ain't the reason. You can hear the conversation. She ain't talking about stuff she other than the lawyer, and that was just other than that, I'm like, you taking care of a whole household. That's a whole $6,000-7,000 a month. right there. Because she ain't living in the ghetto, I'm sure.
No,
The kids go to a good
no,
school.
no. See, folks just don't know what they're talking about. They just talking. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what they're talking about. So if they really
Right.
real, the circle know what's going on. So I came
Mm-hmm.
in a mess, but it didn't matter to me because I'm used to mess, so I know how to fix mess. So that's not a stranger to me. So
Mm-hmm.
and I did do that. I did it with a
Now that I think about it, let me tell you something. I grew up middle class, right? My mom, by all means, she wasn't rich, but guess what? She bought like all of my nieces and nephews' clothes. I think when my niece was born, like she had clothes all to go all the way up until she was a year old that my mother bought. My sister didn't buy it. My mother, my sister bought some stuff because who doesn't want to buy for their kid? But that's just something that my mother did. School clothes. My sister, yeah, she went and got the kids school clothes. But guess what? My mother bought a lot of their school clothes because that's just something that she wanted to do as a grandmother. My sister bought clothes. Now, see, my great nieces, they really had it good because not only did my mother buy stuff for them, but my sister bought, those were her grandkids. So she bought their school stuff too. So these kids had school clothes coming in from everywhere. My nieces had boots to go with every outfit. I don't even know how many pairs of boots that my sister bought for them. But they had boots, silver, gold, brown, green. They had everything because sometimes that's just what grandmothers do for their grandkids. This is just what they do, especially if they're first and stuff like that. So the fact that Shirley bought for her grandkids, I mean, even though she was embarrassed by them, when they first came around, she still bought for them because guess what? They were her grandkids. That's what grandmothers do. But I have a feeling Sonya probably didn't even. Well, we know she was pregnant with one of the kids when she went to jail one of the times. So, Sonya, maybe she's not used to this type of thing. And maybe that's why she has no idea how it works. I know some of y'all probably have grandkids that you buy for. I have heard some of y'all who watch your grandkids and help them with homework and stuff. That's just the way it works. But maybe she has no idea about that because she didn't experience it as a new mother. And she certainly, we know how she gets down with stripper baby.
I had the balls to
Got to clean it up as best as
I
possible.
cleaned that motherfucker up so goddamn good, and that's the problem. Everybody was mad because they couldn't understand how I was doing it. I cleaned that shit up because that shit was ragged. So it got rid of all the fucking leeches. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how that is. But that's a long story short. They don't want me.
You tell, so when you're nice and her personality seems like she's nice, and people at least onto that because they'll feel like that's an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't let
You
motherfucker
know.
goddamn move around. Goddamn, you got to move around with a pin drop because I know how that shit was. All the leeches that was around, they had to go. Every last one of them. Every last all these had to go. I ain't gonna let them leech off me. Muchacho, that's us. So everything I told you, you said I wasn't lying. Everything I told you, I was not lying.
Nope.
Muchacho.
Beyonce said the little girl's crazy.
Yeah. So
Beyonce, I stayed away from her when she said she was going to destroy him and do whatever she could. He was like that right there. I was like, yeah, I'm not going without her.
I didn't hear her say that, so I don't believe it. Which means I don't believe Dion either. In fact, she's Dion don't even talk to her. When did he say that? Now, the only person I heard him talk about being crazy and stuff is the sister because she kicked Nesto's motorcycle over. But knowing what we know, I'd kick his motorcycle over too. Hey, salt and pepper tresses. So, Muffin 218 says, I spoil mine and nobody gets in the way. I mean, that's how I look, that's all I've seen. I remember my grandmother, she used to make me, and I used to be so proud. She used to make me stuff. She used to make, like, when I was a little girl, I didn't know you could go and buy slips from the store because my grandmother made them for me. She made all of my slips, like everything. She made stuff for me, stuff that I didn't even know you could buy. Okay, so grandmothers do things. And I'm just convinced that I guess Sonya never experienced it. So she doesn't know. Um, Shirley C says, and that's the crux of Sonya and Nesto's problem. Shirley Strawberry had access to her own money and is spending her money on whatever she wants. Um, and Salt and Pepper, no, I mean, Let's Talk About It All says, Ninja, all the calls are recorded, dummy. So why you acting so surprised? Jezebel, Nesto, so stupid and disrespectful for letting this pick me ass Boneytail speak on them. No respect. Well, I mean, he that's who put roots on him. Sheridan put roots on him. Sheridan went down to the police station lying. Then she went down there and gave them all the information about the daughters. And that's how they got involved. But here's the thing, let's for fun say Sheridan did go down there and give Officer Fields all the information about the daughters, and Officer Fields went through the phone and got their phone numbers. Here's the thing, if whatever was said was a lie, then the fact that Sheridan went down there and said it wouldn't have made a difference. So something happened. Duh.
Forever.
Yeah, he said that. And
He
I
said,
mean,
none of that crazy. He said she crazy. He said that girl is nuts.
so, and I dealt with that shit for a long time.
Okay. A long
I
time.
dealt with it a long time. I wasn't making that shit up. You heard it for yourself. You heard it out of her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's yeah.
What you say?
I said, that's you. She said it.
She said it.
And she wasn't saying it to be mean. She was just telling the truth. And that's nothing. People be hating stuff. And I'm like, but if it's the truth, you can't get mad at the truth. You can only change it. Change your truth, but that's not how you are anymore. But if that's the absolute truth, you can't get mad at the truth. When people tell somebody how they are, they get mad about that. But I'm not lying on you. I'm telling you the truth. You just have to own it. If you don't like it, then you need to change the narrative. You need to change yourself so that this is no longer your truth. So if this is how you are and how you act, and you only call for money and you only act like, you deserve the world no matter how you, treat people, that's a problem. But that's
Salt and Pepper Tresses says, we don't know what Nesto did or said to Sheridan. Sheridan may have found out about his lying and cheating before anyone else did. Not only that, you said it. We don't know what Nesto did or said to Sheridan. We really don't. We don't know what he did. We don't know what he said. We've heard what he has done to his daughters, some of which came out of his mouth. Remember throwing his daughter out the house when she was um, in the midst of having, a mental crisis. So we know what he's actually done to his biological daughters. Who's to say what he's done to Sheridan? Who's to say? We don't know. And I don't find it hard to believe that he didn't do something. He didn't say something out the way. We don't know. Sheridan could have walked in on him in the house with another woman, and she don't want to tell her mom or something. Anything. She could have seen him out in the streets with another woman in the RV, all kinds of things. We don't know what she's seen or heard. And he wants to make it seem like she's the problem. No, from what I can see, you're the problem.
sometimes you can spoil a child and they turn out to be great. And sometimes you can spoil a child and they got negative traits from whatever parent, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they just act like a whole hot different mess, It's crazy.
Did you hear about it when she said her own daddy? She hit her own daddy, and her own daddy came into town.
Yeah, that she got problems with her father. Yep.
That's a cold motherfucker, that bro.
Yep.
That's a cold motherfucker, man. That's a cold motherfucker.
No, it's not cold. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't like a person or we even hate a person. And we make decisions. Even when they're dying, we make decisions. Now, it's not until, we might regret it later, years later or something, maybe. But I'm not going to say she's cold because guess what? I don't know what her experience was with her father. I don't know what he put her through. I don't know if he was abusive to her. I don't know. So I'm not going to try to say that whatever feeling she had toward her father wasn't valid. I'm not going to do that because I don't know.
Motherfucker, bro.
You can't change a child. Listen, you can't change a child after 15. After 15, 14, whatever that person is, that's what it is. You can kind of curve some things, but most people are set in their ways by the time they're 14. And it is what it is. When you come in on a relationship and the child acts a certain way, some things you can kind of change, like how they speak to you, like, just that part. But if they do it in the first place, that's a sign of, I always be like, I've been fortunate enough to have to deal with anybody well, not one except two bratty ass kids, but they were like, under 13.
I mean, think about it. We're listening to a woman who, for whatever reason, went to her father's deathbed and then wouldn't even go talk to him. So this is her saying this, and we're supposed to take heed to what she's saying and really be into it and understand what she's talking about. Come on. You went to go see your own father and you wouldn't talk to him. My question to her is, why were you there?
Yeah, the part when she said, I told her not to go down there. She did it anyway.
Yep.
Bad situation. Then you did the part when she said, well, I got.
So she was trying to tell her because she's not really smart, but at the same time she said she was kind of, you know what? The thing with the detectives, and they were desperate because they were just searching for something to have on you. So of course they're gonna call with the lies and scare people and say, well, we're investigating him, and your name came up, and if you don't get down here and clear your name, we're gonna charge you. So that.
And guess what? Yeah, they probably did tell her that, but guess what? I seen the lease. I seen the name. Her name is on there. Okay. And you and your co-defendant were the only people who could do it. Because number one, if she did it, it'd be spelled right. And the name would be right. So yeah, she went down there. And once she got down there and really physically saw it, she was probably pissed. Real pissed. And guess what? I don't know if you know it, but your wife went down there too.
That's a tactic they use. And then when you get down there, it's a whole nother situation. And then you sitting there mad, like, these motherfuckers flying got me down here and and they try to feel like, oh, well, they know it's some animosity. Let me see what else I can get out here because we got the right one. We got somebody that can't stand him in his circle. So let's see, what all we can try to turn this into, because that's all of it.
Shelley C says, now what's cold Nesto in marrying a woman when already married and for 8 years spend all her money, leave her homeless, and tarnish her name. Not only that. So what, 5 marriages and what, 2 divorces that we know of at that time that he had? That girl says, dang, nasty going in on Sheridan. Because you know what? He has an ally. So that's why he's doing it. I mean, he could only go but so far with Shirley, but he has an allied right here. So that's why he's doing it. So that girl said, dang, nasty going in on Sheridan. This Shirley Strawberry's a damn shame. Sonya said she hates her dad as well. Where's the energy? Hey, let's talk about it. All says, yes, folks, sick of Sonya's monkey butt. Queen Black said she went to see her dad to stick it to him one last time. You know what? I'm not so sure. I'm wondering, did she go because she thought she was going to inherit something? I mean, why go? If you're not going to talk to him, you're saying you're mad at him, you don't like him or whatever. Why'd you go? Just stay home. Hey, let's talk about it. All says you got rid of leeches so you can be the only leech.
Detective was doing the whole time was searching for something to put on you because that whole bullshit of the not paying rent landlord excuse was just not going to stand. But for some reason, those judges who signed off on those warrants didn't really, I don't know if they didn't, if they shouldn't have ever signed off on those warrants because, again, not paying rent, especially if you don't ever live there, but to even use that is not even grounds for a fucking search warrant. To say somebody didn't pay rent, that's not grounds for a search warrant. That's not probable cause. That's not illegal. That's civil. That's not a crime.
It's illegal to fill out a lease and put people's names on it that don't live there, put fraudulent information on there, and then on top of that, have a whole bunch of stolen property there, and then on top of it all, not pay. No, that's criminal. And it could be filed as civil or criminal. They chose the criminal route. And guess what? Why? Because he's a criminal.
Person lose their job and can't pay rent, or whatever happens, the bill come up, they have to pay. And what I'm saying? That's not a crime. Not paying your rent is not a crime. It doesn't even warrant an investigation. You got no 911 calls to this resident. You got nothing in the house illegal. You got no dead bodies, no nothing. But you're talking about probable cause. You had nothing. It was nothing illegal or a probable cause for a search warrant. That was just let's fuck with somebody because I need, I need my.
Let me tell you the probable cause. There are stolen vehicles in the driveway. That they already know because they could sit right in front of it and run it. They peek in the window. There is no furniture in there. There's nothing in there. Well, that's all suspicious. So they're not going to know about the dead bodies in the closet unless they go in there with a search warrant to see. Come on, that was enough right. And on top, I got a lease of folks that I'm not even sure. I got this lady who says she was renting this house for a very important client and his wife. And there's no rent being paid, but yet she's a celebrity. She's very important. There's no furniture. There's stolen vehicles in the yard. So they need the warrant so they can go in there and find the body. Now, it just so happens they didn't find the body. They found other stuff, but how are they going to? That is all. I don't understand why she doesn't see that stuff as being suspicious. It's all suspicious. Natasha Razor Glam said, and he took a fake lawyer to eviction court. Okay. That girl says the civil bitch is back. And Miss Buckeye said, not paying your rent is not a crime. Right. According to her, it's not. It's civil. It's civil.
Did you hear when she said, hey, tell the car in with the police, said, hey, we got all your crew. We tell him we got all his crew. Did you hear that part?
No, I didn't hear that part.
Did y'all hear that part? First of all, who did the police tell that to? Because Shirley didn't go, remember? Only Sheridan went. So who did the police say they got all his crew? Now, did they say they had his co-defendant? I don't even know if they said that. Because Shirley didn't seem to know anything about a co-defendant until he told her. So, can somebody please point out to me the call where Shirley said they said that they had all his crew? Because I don't know. I don't know it. Shirley C said, how did she survive to reach 55? She has no reasoning skills. She sounds childish. Yes, Miss Buckeye said, what? Della Lewis said, and didn't the deposit check bounce? Oh, now which check are you referring to? Are you referring to the check that he might have possibly wrote for rent? Or are you referring to the check that he had the young victim write to the card place that bounced? And Sonya keeps talking about she wrote it and it bounced, but she wrote it from the instruction of Nesto, and it was off of his elite security account. Is that the check you're talking about? Because we got a couple. 7 More Tweet says she doesn't want to see it. No, she doesn't. Hey, let's talk about it all says that is exactly what you do, girl. I can't wait until karma catches up to both of you. You talking about the rent check? Okay. A rent check that bounced. I got to go back and look at the stuff.
The whole crew, not you with crew.
Yeah, we got all his crew. We got his crew. What crew?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Crew. Let's see. Erica Kang, Earl Lamont Dunbar, of Jones and Jones Esquire. Yeah, they said you was building a whole law firm. The woman whose name your shell companies were in. I can keep on going. So I don't know. Like I said, I didn't hear a call where any of that was said. But what I do know is I just named some people who might have been a part of your crew, if that's what was said.
But the police are allowed to lie. That's what they say. The police are allowed to lie to get what they want. But there was nothing to get. Again, you going off the basis of somebody saying, and I don't believe anything this woman said as far as the landlord. The landlord could have came down there.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe anything.
I don't believe anything. I don't believe anything.
Oh, wait, you don't. These people kill me. So you mean tell me you don't believe the landlord went? So Officer Fields so Sonya really believes what she says. She really believed that Officer Fields was just Driving around in the patrol car. Because remember, she was a patrol officer. So we believe she was driving around in her patrol car. She says, huh, what's this? What's this I see? Black people in this neighborhood? Oh no. Let me see what I can find. Is that that's what we're supposed to believe? Okay. All right. Muffin 218 says Shirley told him that they talked to his crew. Really? I really want to know what phone call that is because I don't recall that. I do not recall that. Salt and Pepper Tresses says Sonya's head is so far up Nesto's arse he couldn't unalive someone and she'd blame the weather. He could unalive someone and she would blame the weather. Shelley C said if they did say that about the crew, wouldn't Erica qualify as his crew? Right, Erica would qualify as his crew. Lamont would, because these are the people that were part of the law. Now, Kevin Majeski did say that they were building their own law firm. And we have since found out that Erica, I mean, there was a web page and everything being designed on this law firm. And we know that Erica has been several attorneys. So technically, if that was said, that was not a lie. But I do want the phone call where Shirley said that. I really would like to find that call.
She said, I believe the fact that they saw black people, they saw black people in the yard and they started taking out license plates.
Look at here. I was right. I hadn't even heard this call. But look, I was right. So that's what Sonya, that's what she thinks. Officer Field saw some black folks in the yard and she took down license plates. Might I add, license plates that were stolen. Okay. But okay. Yeah, so this is what she's saying. All right.
And they started fucking with them because if you read all of the complaints on reviews on the website for the Roswell police, that is the narrative that they bring. And you got white people complaining about them. It was one black person, but everybody else was white, complaining about how they move, how petty, how they be going flipping the coin to see if we're gonna send them to jail or not. Like that whole department is so corrupt.
Let's for fun. Let's for fun say that's what Officer Fields do. She was driving in her patrol car. Whatever songs they listen to when they drive the patrol car. Okay, so she was doing that and she said, black people. Oh no, they shouldn't be here. Let me run these tags. Okay. I ran these tags, which ironically shouldn't have came back to him because I don't think any of those vehicles were in his name. But okay. So then she went back to the station. She says, let's see what kind of case I can build on this black man who was standing in the yard, of a place that he's never really been. Only thing he did was park his vehicles there, and that's it. He don't know nothing else. Okay, so let's say she saw him. So she went up there and went back to the station and said, oh, he has a record. Let me build a case. Da, 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 da. So she starts building this case. You can't build a case if there's nothing for you to build one on. So let's go with her theory. If there was nothing out there to build a case on, she wouldn't have been able to build it. And parlay that into when Woo 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 got involved, a 39 count RICO. If there was nothing there, none of this would have been able to happen.
And it is so known. Mm-hmm. I'll send it to you. Flip of the coin. Let's flip the coin and see if we take her to jail. Like, what the shit is that? Why did a ticket? It was somebody driving. It was a white chick driving under suspended. Like, she wasn't drunk. So that's a no take somebody to jail. But it was something that they could have gave her a ticket and let the girl go. And she was crying hysterically and she was just totally upset. And they was just like, yeah, let's flip a coin and see if we're gonna arrest her or not. Like, what kind of police department is that? Yeah, that's Roswell Police Department. Crazy.
So you mean to tell me some patrolmen, a woman was driving without a license, and technically you do get arrested for that, but they decided to flip their body cams off and say, let me flip a coin and see, are we going to take her to jail? Are we going to just give her a ticket? And let's say for fun that really happened. They have that right, because guess what? Although they're supposed to take her to jail, if they let her go with a ticket, that was nice. But technically, they are supposed to take you to jail. If you've got a suspended license or whatever, and you're still bold enough to be out there driving. And usually, when the license are suspended, that means there's no insurance on the car. They have every right to take you to jail. But let's say they flipped a coin. Well, so the hell what? If they flipped it and it came back heads, we take you to jail. That's where they should have gone in the first place because it is illegal.
Corrupt as hell. And so this is what you have to do. And I believe that's what happened. I think they just saw some black people in the yard and then ran some tags. The guy had, vehicles in the yard and ran with it and made up that whole narrative.
They did have part on there where you said, I'll call her and talk to her myself if you want me to. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Remember, they just take the juiciest conversations and play them. So they're not going to play, But then this one girl's been playing little bits and pieces and cutting them out. And so I'm like, okay, here's now.
Actually, maybe she didn't hear that call, but we did, where she said she would call herself. Yes, we heard that call.
Edit some shit now because they're not letting it play, letting the whole phone call play. They're cutting out little bits and pieces. They play like 3 minutes and then they get another phone call and play 3 minutes of that. And then they get another phone call and play like 5 minutes of that. So,
who? What content creator is playing a call for 3 minutes, taking it off, putting on a different one, playing 2 minutes of that, taking it off, putting on another one, and playing 5 minutes of that, taking it off? Will somebody please let me know which content creator is doing that? I'd like to know because I'd like to play their video.
To me, what it sounds like all this shit is a big mess. And what it sounds like.
Oh, it's a big mess. It's a big mess. it's a big mess. And the fact that the one girl, the teacher, you kicked it with somebody, you giving the dude money. Again, that's civil because you gave him money on the first time. She said she gave you money on four or 5 occasions.
I'm talking about. So they got all that online too?
No. I'm talking about the bogus charges.
We ain't got to talk about that. I'm talking about something else.
We don't talk about that. No. What was all that stuttering you was doing? Shirley C said, if all this is a lie, what is civil? After all, everything is made up. Where do we get civil from? Well, that's something Sonya makes up. It's civil. It's civil that you didn't pay your rent. It's civil that he took money from Melanie Scretchen, took her car, never gave it back to her, gave her an ambulance. It drove down. That's all civil. It's civil that he used Melanie Scretchen's, even though he had her number written down on a piece of paper in the vehicle when they searched it, and he's charging up a storm. I believe, didn't he charge the hotel room too? Wasn't that on her card? Yeah, all of that is civil. He took Gail Bickham's car. He's supposed to give her an RV. There's 200 and some odd $1,000 missing. She hasn't gotten it back. She's gotten no RV. She's gotten nothing. But that's civil. All things are civil.
What you talking about, sir? It's your world. What you talking about?
What I'm talking about is like these phone calls sound like a bunch of stuff should have been came out. That's what it sounds like to me. It's personal business, but it's the truth of going on over here.
Queen Black said this is why these two get kidney and baby punched. Just dumb and low down. And see, here's the thing. We saw the documents long before Sonya took it upon herself to even try to go and look and get the documents. We saw all these things. So we have always known what the evidence is. She knows what the evidence is, especially if you are not part of Phone Call from Prison's Patreon. You would get that and you would hear her like literally read the warrant from like without any break-in, without any YouTube friendliness. You'd hear it, and all she did was make excuses about the CP being her. It could have been her, or how these young girls look developed. You could have thought it wasn't. I mean, everything, but that wasn't on your computer. You hear everything, but no, that didn't happen. That's not true. That girl says Sonya lies to Nesto to get him all messed up. He's one big dummy. He don't know she is a broke habitual liar. But here's the thing about that. She may be lying, but he's playing into her lies as if like I said, through all of this, I've never heard him say I'm not I've never heard him say I'm innocent. I didn't do that. If someone had accused me of something as egregious as looking at child pornography, boy, I would be shouting it from the rooftops every call I got on. But I've not one time heard him say, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. He wants to go with the fact that it must have been there when I purchased the computer. So, okay, let's go with that. How did it get on that gold phone that they found? How did it get there? That girl says, wait a minute, I read that one. Shirley C says, Bickham did get something. She got scriptures in the green waters. Yes, yes. Remember, what did she ask him? Are you Moses now or something? Because he in there typing whole Bible verses.
They knew. Listen, they knew it was never any crime to begin with. Do you understand? They're trying to set you up. They're trying to turn all your situations into a crime. They're trying to finesse it, cut out little things, not say the whole story to make whatever that is. Like I told you, if I tell you I ran over 2 people, you know what I'm saying? That's a crime, right? But if I said the whole story, well, they were shooting at my car, so I had to run them over. That changes the whole narrative of the story. They purposely tell little bits and pieces of a situation.
Unfortunately, the way the law works, just because somebody's shooting at your car don't mean you can run over them and they say, oh, okay, they were shooting at you, you can go now. Now, eventually you might go free, but I'm sure you'd be arrested and charged, especially if you ran over them and unalived them. Obsessed with the myth said, he said, I don't even like dogs. I don't even play with my own kids. Yes, and how funny is it that we saw on Instagram where he had some dogs and was playing with them and talked about how he enjoyed them. So this man can't even keep his own tail straight. Queen Black says she conveniently left um, Docs when on TK, yes, on TKNIS. Every time he asked her to bring them out, she left oops, she left in the room or somewhere else. You know what? That's the thing. If I was going on top, Tisha K has over 1 million subscribers. If I was going on there to speak my man's justice and how he's being framed, I would have me a big old binder with all of the paperwork in it, warrants, statements, everything. I would have all of that in a binder. Yet, she Watusied her ass over there to Tisha K and didn't have nothing but her phone that she was trying to record on. That is all she had.
To make it sound like a crime. They're not telling the whole story. They're not saying, you know what I'm saying? This is because if you say the whole story, then that's not a crime. If she mad and she want her money back, then that's civil. Go sue them for the money back. That's fine. But it's not. Everything is known. Put it like that. This type of detective knew that it was not a crime to begin with. That's why she didn't go and do.
Let me tell you something. Somebody got $200,000 of my money. What I'm pretty much doing is hoping and praying that I don't go to jail, because I'm gonna kill you. That's just all there is to it. I'm gonna kill you, or I'm gonna try.
Do all of the research that she should have did because it was stupid in the first place, and they thought that was gonna fly because they know Fulton County, you can go to jail on some fuckery. You can be innocent and go to jail. So they knew what county and how the prosecutors move. So if you can go down there with some half-ass shit and they're gonna run it. Because if it wasn't the case, she would have did an honest and true investigation, and all of that shit would have been civil.
I know that.
Because all of that shit don't even make no sense. The one girl gave all the money to a dealership, and they trying to put the shit on you, but the money was never given to you. It was given to a dealership. What are you talking about? How is that a crime? I'm not the dealership.
That's why it was a crime, because it was given to a dealership. Why? First of all, she ain't even got her facts together. That check was written by the victim on his direction off of his elite security account. What is she talking about?
What did you call the dealership? No, I never called the dealership. So the girl gave all this money to a dealership, and you never called the dealership. You just threw a charge on him. Like, how does that even make sense? All of that don't even make sense. You
don't.
charging him with theft by deception when the woman gave all the money to the dealership. And you never called the dealership to find out what happened with the money, what was the outcome, why was money transferred. Nothing, you didn't know. And that was over 2 years ago. You want Miss? I want to pick up everybody's cases because one, it didn't happen in Roswell.
Oh, Lord, here we go with the jurisdiction. Is she trying to say Gail Bickham gave all the money to to a dealership and not him? Is that what we're saying? I mean, even though it's wrong, but is that what she's saying? Shelley C says, "Who got the item that was paid for, Nesto?" Yeah, that's what I'm not understanding what she's saying. And she says it was 2 years ago. I don't care if it was 2 minutes ago. Like I said, if somebody walked away with $2,000 of my money, I want to go after them to the point where I might go to jail. So I don't know why she is just so nonchalant about this. So you mean to tell me, she put all this money in with Low in these strip clubs and she ain't mad about it? It's, oh, well, it's a loss. It's civil. I'll sue him. I'll get my money back later. You mean tell me that's the attitude that she has? Okay.
So why are you even investigating it? You should have called the police department and then told them to investigate the crime. But you knew it wasn't a crime. That's why you held on to this case. Because if you told Atlanta, yeah, this girl called and said that, the guy was her about 2 years ago and her again about 3 years later. And, she's still riding around in his car and talking to him and, staying at hotels and sleeping in his car. They're like, girl, get off my phone. What are you talking about? Whatever you have. So she just came and said,
No, they won't. Doesn't she realize that there's a statute, or excuse me, as she would say, a statue of limitations? So I think it goes for an SA case. I think it's 10 years that the statute of limitation was on. So you can very well call up a police department or walk in and say, I want to make a report that this is what someone did to me 5 years ago. I even think that that person could have just, maybe they've been in therapy all this time and they finally got the courage to walk and tell like someone of authority about it. Maybe they went away and now they're back and it's all coming back to, maybe they forgot. It's all kinds of things that could happen which would delay a victim from reporting an assault, all kinds of things. So here again, Miss, I have no feelings or anything, I don't care for anyone, here she is talking reckless again and as usual.
that. Yeah, we're not even going to talk to you about that because that don't even sound right. It don't even sound right. That's one reason, other than the fact that she was just out for it, gunning for it. None of the charges stem from Roswell. So why is Roswell still trying to investigate anything? You call that department. If I'm in Cleveland and I shoot somebody, Cleveland got to come for it. Cleveland got not Shaker, not Cleveland Heights.
So wait a minute, y'all. So you mean to tell me, okay, she goes to Roswell and report this. Well, that didn't happen in Roswell. That happened in DeKalb County. You got to call them to investigate it. So, okay, it's lies. It's all made up. Roswell, Officer Fields, they're just doing this. Okay. So let's say they pick up the phone, ring, ring, ring. Hey, DeKalb County Police Department. This young lady came in and she told us XYZ. We're going to send her down there to do a report. And so she goes down there to DeKalb County and she fills out a report. So you mean to tell me it would have been okay if, like, they arrested him instead of Roswell, instead of that, and that's what Fulton. So it would have been okay if the other county arrested him. Then we're cooking with grease. But since this county arrested him, that's not their jurisdiction. She's not even making sense with her own theory.
No other city can. Cleveland got to deal with it. Cleveland got to investigate it. So for Roswell to be doing all of this, above and beyond for Alpharetta this and for Atlanta this and for something that's happened all over here, why are you even investigating this stuff? All the places have a police department, all of them. So it's messy from beginning to end. It's just messy. Sounds like some personal thirsty ass. We don't get any calls in this city, and they're black, and he's got a record, so let's fuck with him.
Well,
I told you that when they made that news thing. The police do that when they have no information, they have nothing. So they go on TV and they make.
No, the police do that when they think more than the people they're already aware of have been scammed. Do you know how many cases? Because I have a couple of them on my channel where they've where people have scammed, and they've put on there, we think that there are other victims, please reach out to XYZ. And that's just from Atlanta alone. I'm sure some of you in your own cities can talk about cases where someone has defrauded someone, and the news made a blanket statement. If you were a victim of XYZ, please contact them. It's just like with the relaxers, that they're finding out have been causing cancer. They give a blanket statement. If you used such and such a product and you have been diagnosed with cancer, call this number. That's just how it works.
This big ass, story for people to call in because they don't have enough evidence. They have no evidence.
Well, shit,
So it's messy as shit. It's a whole fucking mess. It's a whole fucking mess. And put your name on that shit. That shit is crazy. They don't think things through. That's the problem. They see a black person and they be like,
well, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Everything always come out. It's always gonna come out. I don't win, but it's gonna come out. So I'm just gonna keep going. And wow, they had that on all that talking about.
She didn't open that book not one time. She didn't open that book not one time. Is this the only case you're working on, honey?
Wow.
Like that's crazy. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get me if they don't gonna put that fast speed trial in on the 407. I gotta figure out how to get out of here and get me a lawyer, because I gotta get that shit off me. I gotta get me my ass in for. They can hold that shit in the complaint room for 4 years, 2 to 4 years. They can sit there.
No. Well, we're just gonna have to get the phone conversations, and that's gonna tell it all.
Yeah, I got that part. Oh, yeah.
That's gonna tell it all. The phone conversation. You see what these are doing. Phone conversation is gonna tell it all. It's gonna tell the narrative. It's gonna tell the if there's fear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just threatening. It sounds like he's some type of he's dangerous. I was like, what did that prosecutor say? He's dangerous. People are scared of him. Who is scared of him? Now, we know the girl who's clown lied and said that because that's how you got to support your why didn't say anything bullshit. But the other girl go down there and say she's scared of you too because the daughter could say that. You know what I'm saying? Just supported. I'm saying a lot of that shit was coerced by the detectives because I've seen that happen where they go and they get somebody who's kind of green and they coach them into saying this is what happened. Like mothers that coach their kids when they say things about the father. Police do the same thing. They coach a person just so that they can get something on somebody.
Well,
and it's naive and you don't know no better and you already got a little hate. You know what I'm saying? They run with it.
Here's the thing on my behalf, and I'm thankful for. She said the daughter ain't shit, so that credibility for me is wonderful. When she went down there and dealt with the police, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's the trickery shit on the end.
Well, you don't have any charges from the daughter. There's no charge, so there was no crime. They charged you with what?
They charged me saying that I put a fake lead her name.
Okay, this is a heifer who supposedly read all the documents and whatnot, and she doesn't know this. Why don't she know this? Shirley C said, just like my grandfather used to say, if you keep lying, you'll meet yourself coming the corner. Sonya talks in circles. That girl says, so not that he didn't do these things, but he committed them somewhere else. She is a sick, deranged lunatic. Obsessed with the mess, said phone conversations sure are going to tell it all. They got you a whole subpoena so you could tell it all yourself, since you know everything. That's right.
There's not a charge with that on there. There's no charge on that.
They call it conspiracy of a felony, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, you're talking about that stuff.
So this attorney don't know that. She's an attorney, right? A paralegal at best, and she don't know that. Okay, she don't know what her boyfriend in September 12th, 2023. She don't know who's got what charges against him.
Oh, she don't. You gotta say she's part of Erica's shit.
What?
No, she's not. That's not that. Everything that I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I went to court and that's the charge they put on me. That's the charge they put on me. They took me to court.
She was on a lease.
Yes, saying that I put me and Erica put a fucking goddamn lease together with her name on it, and I know I ain't never seen no shit like that. Why would I do that?
You hear him? Me and Erica. He said that me and Erica. Okay, he said it, not me. He said it.
That's stupid.
Oh, that's Erica because Erica.
No,
that's what Erica did. I know you didn't do nothing with the lease, period. But they trying to put you on to everything Erica did. Right. And this is what they trying to assume. when they trying to sell, which people with records can get scammed all the time. And so they're trying to say that, and I think this is part of the reason. You said it's because Erica's health is bad that she got out on $0. But yeah, hello,
Yeah.
hold on. All right, who's it's a party. I'm thinking here.
Okay. Go ahead. You need to pay attention while they're in there.
Just call me later.
All right, bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Okay. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. These two are incredible, especially her. She's very incredible, very ignorant, very, I could say all kinds of things. And the fact of her trying to rewrite history, like trying to rewrite what actually happened, trying to rewrite where these charges stem from, trying to rewrite what she is alleging Shirley said on phone calls and what she allegedly heard. Him sitting there acting like he wasn't there and he doesn't know what went on these phone calls is very, very interesting to me. That girl says, June, please hurry. This bitch is too much. Nesto needs to go to his new address in a hurry. Well, guess what? That girl, that is only the final plea. So, with that being the final plea, I don't look for there to be a hearing. I personally don't think until 2026. Now, it's possible we may get a trial in late 2025, but I honestly don't. I really don't think so. I mean, after all, this is a RICO case, and like I said, that's going to be his final plea. So we don't we that's just in June, so we don't know what's going to come after that, and it depends on what kind of motions and stuff like that Sean Hoover is still going to try to put in. Shelley C said he said him and Erica, and she changed it just to Erica. He's going to be right no matter what, according to Sonya. Yeah, but it's fun. Me and Erica. See how that rolled out. See, when you're talking and you are kind of halfway telling the truth, it comes out the right way. But when you're trying to lie and try to goop the kids here, we us listeners, we know what's really going on. So, anyway, I thank y'all for being here. I thank y'all for the super chats. Shout out to the marvelous Moonlight Mods for being here. Um, that girl said 2026. Lord, not 2026. I honestly don't think so. I could be wrong. We might get something in late 2025, but that June is not a trial. That is just a final plea. And who knows what's going to go on in between that. So I don't look for anything anytime soon with this man. And like I said, it's a RICO case. So they've got to, I mean, I'm sure all their ducks are in a row, but you figure they've got to go through the stuff that, Sonya handed in. They've got to go through, get witnesses and stuff like that. All that stuff has to come together, be scheduled. So I just don't look for it to be before then. Ray Del Lewis said, I think the judge intends for him to go to trial this year. You think so? You think so? Well, it's not going to be this summer. Because if the final plea is in June, there's no way a trial is going to be scheduled before the fall. That's just not going to happen. But you think so? I will see. We'll see. Like I said, if we don't go into 2026, it will be late 2025. It really will. And if Sean Hoover, from what I can see, Sean Hoover really needs to work on that defense. He really, really does. So I don't know. We will see. We will definitely see. Because shoot, we got we don't know what other kind of gems that phone calls from prison is going to drop from us, because she has been dropping it like it's hot here lately. And I am happy for it. So we are going to be done here on tonight. I will be back tomorrow night with who knows what. I don't know, but I will be back. And until then, y'all have yourselves a good night and a good tomorrow. Let me find something to go out on. Here's something. So y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. Good night. Good night, Cam Lewis.